You're welcome to We're Just Some Messages podcast. Of course, I am Mike.
What's happening? I'm back in the building, man. It's your boy Marcus. You dig?
And
Fuck with me.
And of course, I could do this thing without my dog Drew Money on the boards.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling great. WJT on Mondays, man. How are y'all feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Had a nice little calm weekend. Didn't do nothing too crazy because usually, on the weekends I'm trying to either go out with my people or just do something. But I was just relaxing this weekend.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You ain't mixing up around too much.
Hell no. Then it's about to start getting cold now, so I ain't trying to fuck around.
You feel like it's worse when it's cold and you start fucking around?
Yeah, boy. When it's cold and you moving and that's the best. That's the most times people get sick. You going place to place.
Oh, hell
you got
yeah,
your jacket on,
right.
jacket off, hide in the building, come out cold as shit out the building. So
I heard them COVID cases been going up lately.
Oh, word.
Y'all heard about that shit?
Hell yeah. Shit ain't never left.
No, that shit ain't never left. My grandparents don't bullshit though, but they on them boosters. They don't bullshit.
People still getting boosted?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Cause that shit ain't gonna do nothing but it expand, make new variants and shit like that. That's how a virus go. Like that shit just be making new strands all the time. But definitely around the wintertime is when that shit start to kick up. I don't fuck around though. I mean, I don't be getting no boosters or nothing, but when it comes to germs and shit mixing around with other people be nasty. Y'all know that.
For sure.
People definitely be nasty, bro. But it just depends. I think if they had more stricter laws, a lot of that shit would cut down. Because in certain countries, you can't even spit. Like outside.
Yeah, on the floor, on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, you cannot do that shit. They will send your ass to jail, bro.
That's crazy, though.
Yup. They do not fuck around with certain shit. But we saw, like, when COVID first came, right? Y'all remember when they were seeing all the steps that some of the countries were taking or already had already initiated? Already in effect, yeah. Like, they had like trash can, some type of shit they had outside bus stations or some shit like that. But I don't know, man. This shit I definitely been seeing some cases like spike up lately, man. So niggas just got to be careful out here, man. That's all I can really say. Cause you start fucking around with these people, ain't no telling, man. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, but I mean, they're also still going to treat it like the flu. I mean, we're during flu season, so we're about to be in flu season. So, I mean, I hope niggas stay safe, do what you feel best is for yourself. But ultimately, I'm still not fucking with the COVID shot. So.
Oh no, I feel you.
Yeah, I never got one either.
Yeah, I got the Moderna one 2021. 2 shots. I got like early August, and then the second one was like early September.
Well, see, that's cool, but because you ain't getting no booster, you not.
No, I ain't never got no booster.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can understand people getting the first COVID shot because it might be for a job. People under pressure with their job, or just maybe feeling like, okay, let me just try to protect myself. Mm-hmm. But shit, I feel like once you get that booster, I feel like they doing something with that. They keep trying to make it to where you got to keep coming back to get the shot over and over.
Drew, what was the reason why you wasn't fucking with it? It was just too new?
Nah.
That's what it was? I can't remember. I remember you said why.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ultimately, bro, like I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't take vaccines as far as like anything outside of what I had to take. So it's just one of those things like I'm cool, Like I'm not going to put something in my body that nobody knows anything about. And still the long-term shit, we've seen so many lawsuits and all these companies 5-10 years later is off of side effects. Just rather not. Let me just continue to do what I was doing prior to COVID and keep doing my rituals because...
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Facts. so a nigga here, so, you know what I'm saying?
A dog ain't trying to wake up one day, he got a missing pinky toe or some shit.
Nigga be done kick over. Yeah. Nah, I'm not trying to do that. So, just one of those things, man. I just had to do what's best for me that I think is best for me, and that's where I'm at with it. It's my life. So.
I feel you. You got family who on that same type of wave, or everybody pretty much just?
Nah, everybody probably. Yeah, all my immediate family has taken the shot.
Yeah.
So it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And there was even family that was like, which I mean, during COVID, I didn't forget this shit. You know how they kind of looked at me and treated me like ill, Like, this nigga don't have his shot. For real.
Damn, them boy been discriminating.
But you got to remember, Marcus, around that time, like when the shot first came out, like around the end 2020, it was like frowned upon to not have that shit.
Yeah, that is
It's like
true,
you putting other people in danger type shit.
Yeah.
And this is my up north family, so it's like
that's even crazier.
Yeah, so it's like they came down, and I'm like, oh, what's up? I'm hyped in charge and see him, gave him a hug, and they're just like arms straight down. And so yeah, we heard you're not vaccinated. And
shit!
It was like the new ill nigga, don't touch me.
Yeah. Ill boy, don't fucking touch me, boy. Yeah, but that shit was real as fuck. I was like, damn, bro, like that shit really have fucked with me for real. Like, wow, you really feel that way? Like, now look at this shit. Now y'all trying to chop it up and all kind of shit. And it's like, nah, you remember ill, nigga? You remember? But nah, it is what it is, bro. Like, I mean, you gotta respect people for their choices.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
That was my choice, and I'm sticking with it. I don't see the need for me to go get it. And here we go, another fall, winter, you know? I mean, whatever. Like I said, man, I'm around snotty-nosed children
all the time. I just about to ask
so,
you about that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like my immune system has been built up prior.
It's been
10 times.
It's been put through the
guillotine, bro.
Yeah, the guillotine.
Definitely, especially early on when I first started into the business. So it was like, I mean,
technically, you can't be overly protective of germs. You need germs, so your body know how to react to certain shit.
100%.
I'm not saying it's at the end. It's a balance.
Yeah.
But your body does need germs, so your immune system can know how. Oh, what's this? Okay, know how to handle that. Oh, what's this? Okay, know how to handle that.
You're talking 15 years in the game, so it's like my shit is probably
The kids probably what's the word I'm looking for? Introduce you to a lot of
for sure, bro. I mean,
what the fuck is this?
I've seen a lot, so it's like it's just one of those things, man. You just gotta stay safe and do what's best for yourself, and that's what I'm gonna do. So,
definitely.
It's crazy. Kids don't even get chickenpox no more, do they?
I don't think so.
That was a big thing growing up, bro. Like,
I remember we spoke about that.
Yeah,
I definitely had that shit.
Hell yeah, I firmly remember being in just
fifth. I was like probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was probably like 4 years old, and I remember I had to be isolated. Like, I had to be left in the room alone while everybody else was out in the living room.
Oatmeal baths.
Yeah, just sitting there in the fucking bed like, damn, dog. Everybody outside playing, having fun.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the fucking house.
That shit literally was everywhere.
But I'm pretty sure it might have even came from a vaccine that gave us these chicken pox.
You think so?
You know what I'm saying? It could have been. Could have been an allergy test that just had a side effect of chicken pox.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never had it.
Because usually when you get vaccines, there are
side effects.
Some side effect potentials. Yeah.
And so I never had it.
I can't remember exactly what side effect they said the COVID shot had, but I didn't really experience any
there was
side effects.
Arm soreness or some shit like that.
That's the only thing I really had. Some fatigue.
Yeah, you be tired type shit, bro. But I couldn't tell you, never had it. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what
certain people
like.
gonna react to a certain, like my uncle, he almost got taken out by COVID when it first came here. He was in the house. He had to go to speech therapy afterwards.
Yeah,
and all that because he had the tubes down. Like he really got fucked up. So when shit like boosters and shit be coming out, he on it.
The fact that I had to go to a fucking unknown location to get somebody to shove something up my nose, and in order for me to get on an airplane.
Oh yeah, the flight. Yeah, I remember that.
This shit is still wild to me. Like,
them COVID tests for flights was wild, bro.
And then it was just the most sketchiest places you had to go. It's like the people look like they're from Hills Have Eyes, and it's like, it's like everything
Hills
around
Have Eyes is crazy.
Everything around this shit is just saying no. Like, just stay home. You know what I'm saying?
You took your COVID test in the West?
No, I've done it shit everywhere, honestly, wherever was closest.
I had to take one in the West, and that shit was in a parking lot.
Sound about right. I done a few of them.
Like a drive-through parking lot.
Put some tents up.
Yeah, and I had to go, and I get out the car, and then they'll stick the shit up my nose, and then you'd have to wait for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, some of them do that. Yeah. If you pull it to like an urgent care, them would come outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one through like Walgreens. I used to go to Walgreens, have to do it in a drive-through, whatnot. Boom, boom. Here you go. Test results in like 24 to 72 hours. Once I got that, I'm on the plane, you know?
You good.
It was 24 to 72 hours. I had one where that was like, I got that shit back in like 15 minutes. I don't know if my shit been right or not, baby. I don't know. I got my shit back in like 15 minutes.
As more time passed on, it cut down the time.
Yeah.
So you might have been like a little bit at the early. It was like 24 to 72 hours.
But the wild shit is also these niggas were selling fake fucking vaccine
cards.
Yeah.
Because niggas didn't want to take the vaccine. For jobs, travel, all type of shit.
This shit's so crazy. Like, there's fake IDs, there's fake vaccine cards. Like, that was a wild time, man. I don't miss that shit at all.
If it's a way for niggas to get money, they're
going to get it. They're going to get to it, man. So big up. Big up everybody, man. You know, big up Hush Puppy. You know, everybody who was there.
Hush Puppy.
Big up
nigga crazy.
Big up everybody who had a good 2020. Just know. Real cases, real people, nigga.
Real cases, real people. They will circle that block on your ass.
They coming for your ass.
Uncle Sam will circle that block. I see some crazy shit the other day. It said like $668 million is owed in taxes from U.S. Americans.
But they said it
I
was
say
in
U.S.
that
Americans. I'm tripping from Americans.
But they said that was in that certain year. I think it was the year around COVID time, bro. I think
it's
it was
just for
like
that year alone.
Yeah, I think it was just for that year alone. I think it was like either 2020 or 2021, if I'm not mistaken. From what I saw, it looked like it said from that specific year, like during that time period. So niggas definitely ran it the fuck up during that time.
This shit a fucking scam, man. Taxes a fucking scam.
I
pay that bitch now because I don't play around, but that shit a fucking scam, bro.
I don't think state taxes are a scam. I think federal taxes are scams. I think
can see
state taxes you kind of need because you got to try to preserve whichever area you live
I'm cool with the state tax.
It's the Fed, though.
The federal tax, I feel like, that's
federal
a scam.
Tax
that's
be
a scam.
Kicking my ass, bro.
Everybody.
That should be kicking my ass. But it's like, I even heard in certain countries, I don't know if it was a verified source, like, them boys don't even be taxing their people.
We're the U.S., bro. We print money and we're going to make the money. Like, it's all a big cycle of recycling money. I mean, it's a funnel that continues to go on and on and on. But we all know this shit, and there's ways to get away from this. You know, if niggas want to bounce, bro, there's options. You know?
There's definitely options.
Yeah,
but you gonna pay, and you gonna pay Uncle Sam though.
Yeah, you definitely.
You definitely gonna pay. If not, you gonna get that. And then what's so nasty? Because they I know somebody who didn't file taxes for 11 years. And they spun the block on him. He had to owe like 14K or something like that. He just wasn't filing.
Yeah.
He got it. It was higher, but he got it down.
Yeah.
So how long he ain't pay taxes for? You say that again?
11 years.
11 years.
So from 2011 to 2023.
All right.
Something
so
like
from
that.
2011 to 2023.
He just wasn't filing.
He wasn't filing. But he only had got to pay 14 back.
14 bands.
Which if you think about it.
He got off good.
Yeah, about to say he got off fucking amazing if you think about it, because you don't gotta pay it all back at once either. So nigga, you could scratch.
But they hit him. But they hit him like, hey, this is what it is. Like,
yeah, I know they hit you, but you gotta look at the bright side of things. They hit you, but bruh, think how much. Now, if you smart now, and you got tax money, and you got you're not paying taxes on your money, you getting, you're essentially getting all your money from work. So if you didn't do something within that time to, I guess, generate some cheese, or like at least have savings because you got enough, even though that is pointless to have the savings and then do that to try to save your ass. But at the end of the day, you should have came out more on, I'm just thinking from a different mind space. You should have at least came out a little bit on top, bro. Even if you owe 14K, you got to at least be up like,
he's lucky his ass ain't go to jail.
Yeah, like 75, 80, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, he's lucky you go to jail, but you at least there's gotta be some type of outcome out this shit, because at the end of the day, you not paying taxes, you know exactly what you're doing when you're not
paying taxes.
Taxes, you know exactly.
You're trying to get over.
You're trying to, so I hope you had something to kind of be like, all right, bro, yeah, I'm getting over, but I'm getting over for a purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't just get over to have extra money to just go do dumb shit now. Like, you feel me? Like this shit, because you already know, bro, you're not going to get away with this. There's going to be, the line in the sand will be drawn eventually, my nigga. You going, and they gave you a good 14-year run. You got a great 14-year run, my nigga. Like, that's
what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you had some great times. Yeah. But my nigga, you should already know them boy gonna come knocking at your door one day. Nobody gets away.
No, hell no. And you know what's so wild is because when the shit be going down, my mindset be like, you know they just gonna let you build this shit up.
Word. It's only a matter of time.
Until it's a matter of time. I can't fuck around with shit like that. I can't play around with that energy because I'll be fucking paranoid. Then you hit me with a bill, immediate bill at that. Oh, you owe X amount of dollars? Nah, bruh. But a lot of people don't be paying that shit. They just be like, fuck it. Like, they just let that shit build up. I know somebody who just let it build up on purpose, even though they know they can pay it.
Maybe there's some
like
type of
he pays like monthly or every other month when he feels like it. But he could pay it off. He just chooses not to.
Hey, I guess if you got it like that, because I guess for some people want to see they whole check, but it sounds like he has a plan with doing that. He's just not be doing that shit and just be like, hey man, I'm just
he just be like, man, fuck them.
Yeah.
I'll pay it when I feel like it.
Yeah. But he know, like you said, he got the means to just be like, all right, when that shit come.
He can. He just doesn't want to.
I feel it on that. Some people got their stance like that on the government.
As I'm starting to earn more money, I'm definitely starting to see like some of the gripes with taxes. I ain't gonna hold you. It's like they really be especially if you single no kids. Oh man. Dog, you single, no kids, you're getting
You're getting
they're packing you up. Yeah, they're packing you up. They are packing you up, man. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's not much I can really do about it, but just really, get off a little gripes here and there. But
or just don't be single and get some churn.
Okay, that's not an option for me.
But why would they have to put me in that position anyway?
We're in the U.S. That's your role.
What's the word? What's the term I'm looking for? That's the hamster on the wheel shit.
That's just what
constantly chasing.
Or maybe this is an incentive to have kids. Like maybe they're trying to boost the population. This is a form of population control. Like we're going to make niggas have kids so they could get more incentives and more money. But man, just a theory. I'm kind of geek, so it's a theory.
It's possible because if you think about it, slavery still exists here, and it's not in the form of blacks. Essentially, it's in children. Like that's what it really is. It's the biggest money maker in the United States is selling children, bruv. Unfortunately.
Damn,
that is deep. Yeah, you took it there.
But that's what it is. So I mean, it could be some truth in that. There could be some truth in that. I mean, literally, bruv. Like, think about how much. And I mean, there was a time that we really was looking at like how much. Like all these kids just popping up and going missing. You know what I mean? It was like videos of kids trying to get snatched and people hopping out cars, snatching children. But yeah, it's still slavery happening here.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that shit in Ohio where there was like 1,000 kids missing.
Everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. Yeah.
1,000 kids missing is insane. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I don't know. It was like either 1,000. It was like 1,000. It was 1,000 or 100. I think it's 1,000 from what because it was a crazy number. That's what made me pay attention to it. So it had to have been like 1,000 kids missing in Ohio.
Yeah, that's definitely sad. But
yeah,
I mean, America got so much. They got so much shit that's covered up, some exposed, but there's a lot of shit covered up. All I can say is, man, when it comes to them taxes, though, yeah, I'm with y'all on the Fed shit. State, I ain't really got too much gripe. But if you don't, it's gonna be like that Beanie Siegel meme.
What? Yeah, he's looking out the window. You stressed out. Stressed out on that couch.
SWAT is outside your door. Yeah, someone is outside your door. So I seen an interesting article this week. It's something that we spoke about before. So AI generated deep focals will be banned under new federal bill. It's the draft bill labeled the Nurture Originals, Foster Art, and Keep Entertainment Safe Act, or No Fakes Act, would create a federal right to those artists, actors, and others to sue who create digital replicas of their image, voice, or visual likeness without permission. This was 3 days ago. It was reported by Billboard. So I definitely saw something like this coming because I was just like, bro, there's no way we could continue to see like these AI vocals and because like when they be doing the the Patrick Star.
Yeah.
When he be over like older songs and shit like that. And even when they was making like actual like they had like a Drake and a Weeknd record or some shit like that, or somebody else. But I'm not even mad at it. I'm actually glad that this shit happened because that could kind of cut down on the bullshit that we've been receiving from music anyway.
Definitely. And then with that, I know that was one of the things for the actor strike, that was a big thing for them too, is the AI, like making sure that the AI doesn't like essentially take their job. So I think with the deep voice thing, you can't just, you gotta use you can't just go and basically like you just say, you just can't use a nigga voice without his permission.
Yeah, imitation.
So, imitation. So I know for the actors, they was trying to have that in there. So basically, essentially they don't get their job taken. And then of course with the music, you don't want nobody just replicating your voice. At the end of the day, man, that shit is needed because music still gotta come from the soul, man. Music still gotta have some type of feeling to it. And when you put the AI in it, nigga, you completely cutting and essentially, bro, you're ripping the soul out of the record.
Yeah, some shit you can't duplicate. You can't duplicate a soul.
Words.
And you can definitely hear the difference. Like if just certain records just automatically hit you, like you can't duplicate the feeling of a Whitney Houston.
No, when you first hear those vocals.
When you hear those vocals, you see what I'm saying? Like it just hit different. The goosebumps that it gives you. Like like we get to the point where it could be 100% like duplicated, but it's just like, oh, this shit fake. Like this is not the artist.
Yeah. And then especially when because on that every AI song I heard, I'm like, yeah, it sound like them, but I know this ain't them. Like maybe
you can hear some type of distortion.
Yeah.
That happens. It's gonna be some lagging for now.
You've heard any AI reggae records?
No, we don't need that.
I'm saying because that's definitely more like they
but
definitely tap into the soul.
I feel like they've been kind of doing that with Bob Voice because they be having like albums of him coming out. I was just about to ask you that. Yeah, so I don't think it's really AI. It could be. I think it's just more of like
records. You think it's some records he already had,
right? Or they're mixing up songs. I feel. I don't know. I mean, they continue to release certain albums, and then they'll have like features on them and stuff. So I don't know. That's a good point. That's something to look into. But I will say, like, did you see the Google? Not Google's. It's the Ray-Ban camera glasses that are coming out. So they're gonna be like, I think they will sync with your phone. They also will be able to. So say like you're walking past a Chinese restaurant and the sign's in Chinese. You can be like, "Hey Google, what does this sign say?" And it will decode the Chinese into English.
That's hard. That's hard.
Oh, shit,
that's hard, bro. That's hard.
That's so, Spy Kids type shit.
Yeah, dog.
Shout out to Spy Kids. Fact. If you know, you know.
So also, so say like you want to go live. Say like you're going parasailing or some shit. You can be like, you can change your live. Say like you want to go live on Instagram. You can go live on Instagram and then transfer it from the phone to your goggles. Not goggles, to your glasses. So like say you're paragliding, we can watch you now parasail like off of a mountain, real time, like through those glasses.
And how much this shit cost?
$300, I think.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Shit, I thought that shit was higher.
I want to get that.
I thought that shit was higher. Because
so
because I'm thinking it's kind of like along, and I know it's more advanced, more technology of the Apple Vision.
Yeah. I mean, man, bro, this shit gonna be next level shit. And you know me, I'm a techie, so it's like, bro, like I know I'm getting them shit. So
when did
you
it drop?
Be on top of it, bro.
Within like a year, sometime. Yeah. So it's
I definitely want that.
Nah, for real, man. I'm excited about those.
$300 though, that's an easy cop right there.
I'm excited for that. But it's gonna be using, it's a lot of. I mean, also it's like what you giving up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of access to giving up, you know what I'm saying, to these cameras. Also, it's a lot of shit that you're about to give up. Shit, them
How far you feel like it's too far? Because I seen some shit about like chips being inserted in humans now.
Well, I know they were talking about like in LA they're gonna start implementing like being able to scan your hand.
Scan your hand? Yup.
And
I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, that's now I really feel like we're living in like iRobot times.
Yeah,
like,
that's some Mark of the Beast type shit.
Yeah, some wild times. Like
if you know.
I'm a techie, but it's some limitations. I think when you start using like human DNA and shit like that, card reading, like I know your address, I know where you live, I know.
Putting all your information like on your
hand.
Like, no.
Nah, it's a little too far from me. That right there is a little too far from me. But as far as like experiences, I feel like you're just experiencing things in real time and being able to capture shit. Be like sometimes you just can't capture shit other than in your head. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like with your real eyes or whatnot. And I feel like I enjoy living in that headspace.
Yeah,
like
facts.
Some things are just meant for me.
Yeah, everything don't gotta be
captured.
Yeah.
But now that for me currently in life, like I kind of have to capture certain shit. You know what I'm saying? At the right moment, at that moment. You know what I mean? And so that's where I'm at with it. Like if it can help do that, but I also know those the Apple Vision can do something similar like that, but they're a little bit more far advanced, but also the biggest hell. You can put Ray-Bans on and be able to do some fly shit. I'm with that. Yeah. Spy Kid shit, like you said.
That Spy Kid, that's the first thing I thought of. That was 2000. There's some things they're starting to say we're getting. I mean, they're a little late, but I mean, we ain't getting no flying cars. But
well, I mean, I feel like again,
hell no.
It's only this technology exists. Like these people create all type of shit, and you go to those tech markets and where they're essentially trying to advertise to the Sonys and to the Apples and to the Googles. And it's up to them to take on. You know what I mean? These people already created the shit. Now they just need mass production behind it.
Mass production, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's some way other shit out here. You know what I'm saying? That
definitely.
Yeah,
like you tell us
just
all the time, that shit, technology is advancing literally every day.
Every day.
They got something new right now that we probably don't know about.
Yeah. But shout out to AI, man. AI just helped create a new logo. I'll be dropping that on the 20th. For my 1 year, you know, merch and all that shit coming too.
That's what's up, man.
But yeah, AI, man, that shit was you type in what the fuck you want, and hey, that's it. It kind of gives you some options to play around with. Then I cleaned the shit up, and I'm like, yeah, this shit was very kind of cool. Like, yeah, this shit was kind of cool.
I knew shit was getting real when the Chat GPT shit dropped.
Yeah, what exactly is that? What is Chat GPT? What is that?
Bruh, you could literally just...
It's like talking to God.
Dog, you can literally say anything and this shit will type it for you. Shit will give you the whole rundown of everything. Let's say if you wanted to say, you know what, bruh, I wanted to make a comedy about somebody getting married. It will have the whole script written, typed, everything, dialogue, the people's name, the background, I mean the overall, thesis, everything, concept, everything.
That's why Josh shit was like, niggas use this shit all the time. That's why when Ja did this shit for his apology or whatever, it was like, yeah, nigga, we know where you got this shit from.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, but nah, for real, like you can type in like, create a story about all three of us in the room podcasting right now and how far it can go. And it will start from right here and go like literally a whole chapter.
God damn.
Yeah. It's a lot of reading. After you type it in of what you really looking for, it's a lot of reading. But
and
you'll be like
write of a whole script.
A whole script.
Yeah.
You'll be like, yo, bro, this shit is crazy. And then but also it's like I think it's more so of like how you use it. Like if you come up with a good idea, but you kind of need that push or like direction to see how it can be laid out.
It can be a good template.
Yeah, it can be a very good template. I wouldn't say use it word for word because that's plagiarism, but it's still, and it's owed to, I mean, the fucking technology, you know what I'm saying? Like, but also, it's one of those things like, how far are you willing to go? But this is the technology that we have on our hands.
That's crazy. I remember when I was a kid and I had to write like stories and shit. Like I really had to write stories for school. Like I had to write that shit. And I enjoyed writing when I was younger. That was one of my things that I like to do. I kind of got away from reading and writing, but more so writing. I enjoyed writing like adventure type stories and shit. So for y'all to tell me now Chat GP is basically you just say some shit and they'll write a whole fucking, that's crazy.
Everything.
AI, brother. We're here.
Yeah.
We ain't got the Jetsons shit like
no, we ain't. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got the Jetsons and shit.
We ain't got the flying cars and shit. I see them playing around with these drone motorcycles, but Other than that, man, like I'm happy to where we're at right now with technology. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, and just to be able to think like kids to come, how easy shit is gonna be for them. Like if you want to, I mean, think about fucking kids in these YouTube channels. Of course, it's still exploring and putting these kids out there, but you can format your child's, their whole show. Like, now
and they getting stupid money.
Yeah, just children watching children playing with toys and shit.
Toy reviews.
You know what I'm saying? It's millions of views, but then again, kind of.
Or just a day to day. A kid, just a regular day to day. They with their parents. They making a living. I remember when I be going to get my hair braided, my braider, her daughter be watching like, it's you, dog. It got to be, I done seen her watch like at least 6 different channels of like the kids just doing it. And their parents like, oh, what we about to do? Oh, we about to do this?
Damn.
3 million subscribers. 600K subscribers. Views per episode, like 500K, 300K, another 200, another 400. And this is just like Drew said, it could be tour review. It could just be them on a day to day. Like, that's what the game is now, bro. Like you can, and they making a living off it. I ain't mad. You said hopefully the parents are not, essentially like fucking their kids over when they get older. Like, oh shit, you took all the fucking YouTube money. Yeah. But that's what the game is now. Like that's their day to day. Is their kids' YouTube channel?
It's guaranteed market. I mean, if you market it correctly, and you have good content, it's going to blow.
I know this woman, her 2 sons, they twin boys, and she they have a YouTube channel, and like that's what they love to do. Like it'd be like video game shit. And I told her one time, it's like, hey man, stick with it. Like, stick with that shit. Like, you don't know where it can take your boys. Like, you never know. Like, just let them stay with that. If they dedicated and that's something that they want to put time into, like, definitely for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's an expansion in life that we are seeing that our forefathers and grandfathers and everybody above us probably never seen, like, life head in this direction to be this tech heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we don't want to become too tech reliant, though. That's my only thing.
Well, we're here now, nigga. That's the thing. I mean, you think about Uber Eats, that's tech savvy, bro. You have to 20 steps out your house, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of technology has made us a lot more lazy.
Yeah,
I won't say that.
Groceries, you get everything. You don't have to do anything, honestly, out your house.
That's the only one I've never done.
What's that?
Groceries.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I feel like I'll always go get my own groceries.
I always get my own groceries, bro.
Yeah. But people, they on the couch chilling.
No, chilling.
Yeah. Oh. Got an hour? Okay, cool.
But it's convenience for people.
Some people.
I will pay for convenience now. Certain things I will pay for convenience.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest things, I know it's not new, but just like, the ability to just pay a bill from your phone. Mm-hmm. I don't have to go to the, the water place, then go to the internet place, then go to electric bill place, and I ain't got to do that.
I remember those days.
Yeah,
you got to go with my grandparents.
Got to go from place to place to pay these bills. Now I can just, all right.
Now they got you fucked up. Now you got to go down there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to talk to a person. I need to talk to a person. Not this.
If they got you fucked up, yeah. You know what I'm starting to notice too? That's even become like a thing now. Like, bro, I literally had to reach out to somebody who did my solar panels to reach out to the company because I'm trying to get some shit situated. Bro, I hit her and they emailed her back within minutes. Mm-hmm. I had emailed them 2-3 days ago. And it's always this, oh, we'll transfer you this. Like the automated voicemail, transfer you to this, transfer you to this, transfer you to this. These people do not want to talk on the phone no more, bro.
No, they don't. No. And it'd be the funny ones when they be like, oh, yeah, thank you for calling. It's
like damn, bro. Like,
you sleeping? Yeah. Like, and I get it. It's a lot of remote living right now. You know what I'm saying? But damn, nigga.
Like damn, bro. Like, this is what type of time we on?
This is why I'm getting the lazy responses. This is why I'm getting past. Oh, there's not my department. Hold, please.
Bro, that shit crazy.
And they getting bold with the hanging up shit, bro.
Oh, yes. Didn't act like it was a disconnect or something. No, bro, you hung up on me,
But
bro.
you also know that, like, once I call back, I'm not going to get you again. So it's like
They know what they're doing.
They definitely know what they're doing.
Talking about, oh, this is gonna be recorded for quality assurance. Y'all don't be recording this shit, bro. Y'all be lying. I don't think they be recording that shit.
Sometimes they do, man. I think it's just more of a liability for them to be like, I'm gonna hold you to these words that you're saying. Because this is we recorded you.
Any
nigga.
threats can be made and shit like that. No, you're probably right.
Yeah, they definitely recording them shit, bro. But AI definitely, hey man, I'm be like, yo, AI did that.
I'm just glad music got control of that shit because I know it could have got real nasty with music.
Yeah.
Definitely could have.
I mean, you talking like I can make a song right now. Shit, I can make a Chat GP lyrics, rap this shit, and
put it on AI.
And
Use Doja Cat voice.
You see what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, I got a feature with Doja Cat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sue the fuck out your ass.
Oh, big, but you're gonna feel good. Your time's gonna come, but you're gonna also get off
the exposure.
Yeah, about to say you'll get the exposure. Now they will hit you with the cease and desist at first before they sue you.
Oh, you want this album? Fuck it, have it.
Yeah, they'll hit you with. I think they'll hit you with the cease and desist first.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on how much. Excuse me. It depends on how much exposure you got from the record. Was it worth it? You get what I'm saying? That's what it boiled down to. Was it worth it in the long run?
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those things, man. And I feel like that's with a lot of shit. Like these upgrading of phones, is it worth it? Upgrading of camera gear, is it worth it? You know what I mean? They add like a notch up that should have been on the last 2 models ago.
But they'll dress it up to make it seem like, oh, you need this upgrade.
You got to have this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Shout out to Stan because he put me on point about Black Magic. Because Black Magic, we talked about it. Black Magic got a new one. It was like,
full
bro,
frame, yeah.
It ain't really worth the upgrade, bro.
It really ain't. And niggas are selling the hell out
they
Black Magic.
They selling the hell out the Black.
Yeah, them shit hitting the airlines right now. So y'all want a good camera, they about $2 for full kits and shit. You know what I'm saying?
$2.
Yeah, so that's
the lens gonna run you about 7, 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's you get them shit right now, they going hot because niggas are selling cameras.
I mean, it is an A1 camera though.
It is.
It is an A1 camera. It's one of the best on the market. You can't get it like at a Best Buy or nothing like that. You're gonna have to actually go on Amazon or go on the site, cop it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Drew, like they be having like even with the phones, like I'm always skipping every other phone, and it's usually due to like I said before, like my battery dying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they'll dress it up to make it seem like, oh shit, like you need this.
Yeah. This is the most innovating phone we've ever seen before. And you said the same shit the last series. In the last series. Y'all been saying the same shit since like series 2. Same rollout, how they got the nigga on stage.
I was just about to say, 4S just had an anniversary 12 years ago.
Crazy. That's 4S. Crazy.
Yes.
4S.
Yes.
Man, but when it comes to phones, bro, like you
that
really
just took me back.
When it comes to phones, like the updating of the phone is to me because I know for when on T-Mobile, I can get an update every 2 years. But it's like, dog, I just wait on it because there's really no difference. Like, I really don't see the difference for cameras and stuff.
Right,
like
they be
that,
updating the camera, and I get it. But even with that, it's like, all right, bro, like.
I feel like the phone I feel like with the iPhone especially, it's the exact same shit, like over and over again.
But then when you look at like them Google Pixels and what they can do, like
on the Androids.
Man, Androids always have fire ass cameras.
I've heard that.
It's just a transition onto social media that always makes it kind
that
of.
Shit be
they be hating on them niggas, but I feel like when you process your shit through a certain thing on Androids because it's literally like a baby computer. Like I think Apple, they control their shit through pushing everything and everything's included. Like I can sync my computer, my iPad, my iPod, my everything to one. You know what I mean? So you get a text on one, you get a text on all. You see what I'm saying? Android's a little different. But Android's been light years ahead of Apple.
Oh yeah, like you get on your iPad, your Apple Watch.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Android has been on some since they came out. I mean, you're talking about HD2 times when you're able to switch from Windows to Android. You see what I'm saying? Because it's basically you download essentially like a new hard drive onto your phone. And so like you're able to switch back and forth. That was like light years ahead of its fucking time. But on top of that, when you think about Androids, the Pixels, you're able to take like a picture right now and I can be like, let me take this out, Photoshop, boom, 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 like at a tap of a button. I don't have to go through Adobe and all this other shit like you have to do with Apple. You see what I'm saying? Like, the Google Pixels is fire, and I don't know what's holding me back to go ahead and like make that transition, because I mean, real life, like.
Please don't make that transition. I'm fucking with you.
Yes, them text, the group text is about to be green. Nigga.
Oh man, this is about to be terrible.
But what's so wrong with the green text though? Bo?
Because
it throws off.
You
it throws off everything.
You send a picture to a nigga who has a green bubble under your group, and it's now like itty bitty, like it looks like this memory card right here. Yeah. Like
it just fucks up it fucks up the flow of the chat.
It definitely
it fucks up the flow of the chat, bro. Like for example, like this background. So this background is like a live photo of the globe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like y'all follow me sometimes. I'll post like what music I'm listening to in the background. You see the globe be dark at night and shit. So it has the live, and then also like it'll be positioned to where you are at on the map.
Yeah. Okay.
Like in your background, and I fuck with this feature. Like I think this shit is real dope. So, I mean, as more time goes on, bro, you'll just start to see more and more. And more. I see some crazy shit the other day. Matter of fact, talking about some, they're going to start have people, like, going to the moon and shit like that. I'm like, why y'all going up there for? You can't live up there. Ain't shit up there. It's just rock.
Oh, niggas still going to the moon? Like, what
no, they haven't been in a minute, but they're actually talking about, like, going up there and trying to live up there. I'm like, for what? Ain't no form of life up there.
They're going to tax that shit, too.
The moon tax.
A moon tax. A NASA tax.
A NASA tax, yeah. But get up there, they gonna give your life savings up, nigga.
Hey, who's to say I'm fucking getting? Who's to fucking say I'm gonna get up there safely,
you
nigga?
See what I'm saying? It's a lot. All that rocket fuel, like that's shit is very, very bad if that shit fucking.
And I ain't getting on Elon shit.
Come on, though.
So I'm going on that. Let me keep my ass. Certain shit. We're just meant to be here. We had an eclipse the other day.
Mm-hmm. I caught that shit yesterday.
It wasn't a full eclipse. It was a what? What's it called?
I don't know. This was an eclipse to me, but I think it was.
I see some people posting about it.
Yeah, I know. I caught it yesterday, but it was very tough. It was definitely hard to catch that, but I was able to get it, man. Yeah, it was just a solar eclipse.
Okay, I remember the one that we had in 2017, and Charleston was one of the places to be because the moon would have been over the sun completely in Charleston.
That. Yeah, I remember that.
And I will say that's the first time I experienced that, and because they predicted that in like 1980 something or late 70s. It might have been late 70s. But I'm going to tell you what, though. I remember that day like it was yesterday because we had to go to work. And then the job already had told them, like, hey, we all know the eclipse will happen, so we do have set aside time. You want to go outside, check it. And it was raining / cloudy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, when we go out there, it's, like, cloudy and shit. So we didn't really get to, and we had the glasses, of course. So we didn't get to see it, but we felt that motherfucker because when that moon got over that sun, it got dark, but that temperature started to dip. Yeah. And it's just crazy. And, like, you know, they tell us this is what's going to happen, but actually experiencing it, it's like, oh, shit, like, without the sun, niggas would be cooked. It wasn't, like, cold, but you could definitely feel, like, the temperature dropping. And the moon might have been over the sun for, like, it was over there for some minutes, some good minutes. So people was able to get some good pictures and shit. But it was definitely an experience that I will definitely remember for a long time. It was, like, August 21st, 2017.
Yeah, I was on top of... Voodoo, we went up on the roof and just was all laying out on the roof, just looking straight up. It's like, yo, bro, this shit is...
That shit fire.
Yeah, that shit is dope,
I was at the Crossgrove Bridge. It was a bunch of people out there at the Crossgrove Bridge looking at that shit.
Nah, it's been some beautiful times with the moon, man, honestly. I mean, this year alone, bro. Like, I've been able to capture some crazy shit. But it just wasn't an investment in that telelens, man. Like, boy, you can do so much with that. That's just to be able to shoot that shit like a telescope, goddamn, man.
You know what? Me experiencing that eclipse for the first time let me know, like, how endless the solar system is.
Facts. And the unknown that
we
really...
unfucking known. Like, oh, shit. Like, I know they always told me, you know, you can see a shooting star, you can see an eclipse. But that day in particular just let me know, like, bruh, like, this shit is endless, bruh. You got to think about it. Where the moon is at, how far the fucking sun is, for one, where that shit is at, and how impactful it is from that far. It's like, bro, we're positioned at this spot for a reason. Yeah. So, I mean, Hey, salute to everybody who got some dope pictures for the eclipse and shit like that. I don't know when the next full one would be that we had 2017. It'll probably be another 40 or 50 years, maybe. I don't know. But that one that we experienced, that was pretty dope. But that don't mean I want to go out there and see nothing now though. Like a lot of people be trying to explore and shit. I'm cool. Just send me some videos or some shit like that. What you about to say, Drew?
There's a place in Iceland that that's 24 hours of day, just because of the position that
position of the Earth.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah, like
some parts in Europe too. They got something like that.
Like, bro, I can't even imagine what that shit feels like to go.
It's like the sun cheats to go down, but it don't.
Yeah, like you just get like a nice sunset.
You get a nice sunset. That's it.
That's it. You just got pink and blue skies. That's your night. Beautiful skies. Like that's so fire, dog. Like I can't even cap.
Imagine not having no night.
Imagine the drone footage I'm about to get.
I think that shit would fuck up your mental.
It would.
I'm gonna go to sleep regardless.
I don't think you would be a normal person.
I'm gonna go to sleep regardless. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Nah, I'm a nighttime kind of person. I need the night.
Put that damn sleep mask over your eyes. Nighttime.
I feel you, but I don't want a lot of nighttime though. So that's why I'm not a fan of when we fall back because it get dark early.
Nah, I mean as far as I just to me it's like for the nighttime. To me, nighttime is kind of like calming in a sense.
Yeah.
For me, as far as like just like chilling and relaxing at nighttime, to me is always felt a lot more just relaxing and calmer than chewing it in the daytime. I don't know. That's just me.
No, I feel you. It's just that when it started to get dark early, it's kind of like I know it don't affect my mood, but it's kind of like my body knows what time it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you still stay on your routine,
it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, blackout curtains are a thing. Like you,
shout out to my uncle. He been on that since '99. No, early '90s.
Yeah,
he didn't fuck around, boy.
I don't blame him. Shit,
blackout curtains was always his thing.
I love a dark ass room, bro, because it's just one of those things. Like Marcus said, like you just can be able to just tap down and calm down,
really sleep.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with. I mean, but also I know like the content I would be able to get outside of the sleep. So it's like. Yeah. Yo, bro, let's go to Iceland, nigga. Like, let's run this shit up for like a weekend. I wonder what that shit would be like for real, though. I would tap into that.
I would experience that for a few days with them. I'm like, all right, now let me.
I ain't living there.
Exactly. I'm not living there.
Not living there.
Honestly, I feel like
it's like that, nigga. It's 12 in the morning, 12 a.m.
It looked just like this.
Yes,
but I mean, even when you go places, that time is like going back or going forward. You know what I mean? Like.
Alaska, they don't have a lot. It's reverse over there. They don't have a lot of Sundays.
LA was. I mean, we're 3 hours behind LA, and that's a huge change. So you're thinking like, I mean, you going to sleep at like 5 a.m. in LA. Y'all already at work in the morning.
9,
you know
10.
What I'm saying? Yeah. So that's like a full 24 back at home. You know what I'm saying? Like you working a full 24 down here. Yeah. So it's like, regardless of where you at, it's just kind of one of those things you just adapt.
Yeah, West Coast is always tricky because I went out to Washington like some years back, and I remember I was watching an NBA game at 5 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. I'm like, this is weird to me.
South Africa's what? I think like 8 hours back.
6?
So
no, 8? Is it 8?
I think it's 8. 7 or 8, one of them.
Yeah, it's 7.
But yeah, NBA playoffs was happening when we was over
I remember
there,
that.
and it was like 2 a.m. It was like 2 a.m. basketball time started. So it's like, it's no way y'all watching NBA over here. Because you got to, you're not watching. You're gonna finish at like what? I mean, especially if they
and
go
you got
to
catch the highlights. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, you're not watching basketball over here. I'm telling you that shit right now. NBA shit is not happening over there.
No, definitely not.
It's not even on their local channel. So
the Earth is very fascinating. I don't know if you ever caught that documentary on Disney with Will Smith when he did the Earth. He did like the Earth doc, and he was basically experimenting with everything as far as like going deep in the ocean or walking up a volcano, all type of shit.
I remember he was narrating it also, right?
He was narrating it also, but he actually
was
doing it, exploring. Yep, that shit is wild. I mean, knowledge of the Earth is endless, man. Knowledge of the Earth is endless.
There's a place in the world that they do volcano pizza. They cook fucking pizza on a volcano.
See, I can't fuck around with no shit like that.
Nah,
What's the insurance policy on that motherfucker?
I'm gonna skip that.
Like, how do you get insurance for some shit like that? Like real talk, what insurance company is gonna want to insure you?
Nobody. This is the biggest liability.
That's the biggest liability possible.
This is an active volcano.
I mean, your pizza will cook fast as a bitch though.
Yeah.
I heard the volcano heat actually for food. If you cook a certain food, that shit ain't really bad.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm cool on that.
Yeah, I'm straight though.
I'm not going up that just for the chance of it. You know what I mean? Because it's a hike up to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Then imagine if that volcano just erupted.
Now you.
That's what I'm saying. Eventually,
it's gonna happen. I mean, that's just the shifting of the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's
and actually, Will Smith did the volcano with a blind guy. He's experienced though.
Yeah.
So like he goes based off of hearing, touch, of course, feel like he's like, I know this is like about to happen. I know this is right here. I know this is right here. It's crazy, like how certain people have one of their senses is going, everything else heightens
up.
Yeah. Very, very dope. It's some shit that I feel like the only one I ain't fucking with though is that motherfucking Death of that Ocean. Y'all can have that shit.
Nah, I'll never do that.
Never fucking with that. I'm cool on that.
I'll never play with that.
Marcus, space or water? Like, which one would you explore the depths of?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Space.
Space over depths of water?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Definitely space, my nigga.
Okay.
Do you know what's under there? There are like monsters under there, bro.
Allegedly.
There are like fucking. I'm a believer in all of that shit with the ocean because I just feel like, you know how in Stranger Things people have got the upside down world?
Yeah.
I feel like the ocean is the upside down world.
Possibly.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a great fucking point.
Facts, bro. I think
I never thought about that.
I mean, there's depth that we can never explore. So yeah.
And bro,
I feel like I got a better chance of survival in space versus the water.
And then think about it. A lot of things have been flooded over. So it's still like actual towns and shit that still exists, and we just over that shit because we're on top of the water.
Yeah. I mean,
I know you gonna say water.
Of course, you know it.
Yeah, you definitely gonna say water. Space for me though, because I feel I got a better chance of survival. Yeah. And my body, man. My body.
No, hell no.
Bro, your body can literally get crushed at a certain depth. That's just a fact.
And the same in
space.
Yeah,
think of space now.
How?
What you mean?
When you're going up.
When you're going up, there's an inner layer of that's the part that's the scariest part because in that pressure time, it's a possibility because you gotta remember the rocket ship has stages of what it drops off as it's taking off. So then as it gets to that certain level before you hit the outer space to actually just be gliding around and floating around with like less gravity, it can explode.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
Yes,
that's
the risk. That's what I'm saying. The fuel rocket, and these niggas have been testing this shit for many of years. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the window?
I don't know the window, like the exact specs of it, but I know that. But
it's a chance that your body could get crushed,
right? But also coming back into the earth, it's the same shit you have to pass through. You see what I'm saying? So that's when you're leaving, and then that's when you're essentially turning into a fireball.
A fireball, yeah.
And from that, you can blow the fuck up. Then you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'd much rather drown than fucking blow up.
I don't know about that one, Drew.
Because if I blow up, it's instant. I'm just
drowning
gone.
is
suffering, my nigga.
Y'all say that. Y'all might just be roasting and no air, like to actually just boom. Because it's just you gotta understand oxygen too. Because when you're in space, your oxygen's gone.
Yeah.
So,
but when you're underwater, your oxygen's gone too.
That's the same. It's the same shit. But I mean, who knows?
But you gotta think of all that shit you just encountered in, and then think about, okay, I might get ate by a shark too.
Cool.
Nah, nigga.
I don't want to just float around in space for the rest of my life. Like, at least I can be something useful.
No, I feel you. You're contributing back to the earth. Yes. Look at him.
Fuck that, nigga. You contributed back to the earth because I fucking just got ate by a shark, my nigga, and now he's
circle of life.
So you
it's feasting on my body now.
So at least people can visit the ocean, know where I'm at, in space. I can't go to space and visit you, nigga. You're just floating around.
Who would want to visit you?
Time.
Who would want to visit you 30,000, 3,000 feet underwater where sharks roam?
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're gonna go visit that. You know where I died in these waters, so you can come to the shore of the water, and pour a bottle out for your boy. Okay, I can't come to space and pour a bottle out for you, nigga.
But you can always go to where I took off at. Yeah, this is the spot where my dog took off.
That's NASA, and they're not letting me that far, bro. Like you had a farm taking off on a rocket, nigga. I could just come walk up and be like, "Oh, this is where my nigga Marcus took off."
Pouring out for your boy in space is crazy.
This nigga wild, bro.
Oh no, that shit wild though, man. That's wild, but hey, Michael never find out. I'll tell you that much. So we had some wild shit happen. It's been a lot of verses going on this week, man. We had a few little mini beefs going on this week, man.
Yeah, man.
First up, we got Drake and Joe Budden, man, off the heels of his For All the Dogs review, man. Drake left Joe a pretty lengthy message in the comments, man, as regards to how he felt about his review. And honestly, man, I didn't really see the shit coming, and the shit was crazy to me because Joe actually gave the album props. Like, he fucked with the album. But of course, we live in a culture where people are gonna chop up some shit, put it out there, and let it play out, set the fire. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like Drake, I really didn't like his response. I felt it was kind of weak.
You read that whole shit?
Yeah, I read the whole shit.
Gee.
And I just felt like it didn't warrant that. And for me, the reason why I feel like it didn't warrant that response is because maybe I'm a little bit more, how can I say, I'm giving Joe a little bit more grace because I'm a consistent listener of the pod. Mm-hmm. And I know Joe to be a fan like me. And he gives his critiques, but he also gives him his praise. Like, Joe is really a big Drake fan. So I feel like Drake should have did his due diligence as far as listening to the whole episode. And I don't think he would have gave the dig on the whole, the 25, like fucking the 25-year-old thing that much of a burn if he listened prior. Because I think what Joe essentially was saying, man, just get away from the young people. I don't think it was this big, oh, you fucking the 25-year-old thing, like how people making it. It was just more so to round it up, like, hey, man, just get away from the young people, man. I feel like it's affecting your music in a sense. Because Joe said the album is good, I just wanted to be better.
And then essentially, Joe is kind of the right person to say that because he was the old nigga fucking the 25-year-olds, and you saw what he was going through doing that shit. So he's telling you like, "Hey, bro, don't do that same shit out there," because you saw what happened, what was going on.
I don't think he was really speaking it to that light, but it's just he just relates because Joe was 37, Sin was 25. Sin was 25 when they had their son, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it at all. That's not what I'm saying, but it's kind of like when he say it, I can understand people like, well, bro, you was fucking da-da-da. But I think when you put it in its proper context, I think that's what Joe is speaking to. I don't think it's more so of him trying to paint him like a predator or something. No,
definitely that he just because like, bro, like once the legal consent age is 21, bro, and regardless how you want to look at it, it's legal. But as far as on the sense of, he's just speaking from like you said, like a young mind state. Like you gotta get to some older shit. And like I was saying, like I think he was looking at it from a perspective of like, dog, I used to be you in the sense of I was fucking with the young chick. And
they have a lot of similarities.
They got a lot of similarities. I think that's why they clash.
Yeah,
they got a lot of similarities. So he just looking at it from like, hey, bro, I'm just kind of like, I see how things are going, the things are kind of reflecting in the music, with the music now sounding as mature as people would want it to sound. I listened to the album a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the album, but I'm not also the hugest Drake fan either. But I take it for it is for what it is. I'm not gonna shit on the album. It's just some things are not my cup of tea. I mean, it's got its moments, but I'm not the person.
You don't feel like you'll revisit it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to revisit the album. I listened to a couple tracks on there. There's one track I really like on there. I forgot the name of it. It was like towards the end, but Joe's really just speaking from a place of experience because even from an artist standpoint, he might critique you, but like you said, he's one of your biggest supporters. So he kind of knows, like, hey, bruh, you getting into this lane now. You getting into this area where people, like you said, like people always said, people are going to start turning on Drake's music. People have always kind of have said that. And then I also see this thing about this cycle where people say, oh, when it first come out it's whack, then people give it some time, then they go over. Mm-hmm. But I think what Joe was saying is like, dog, you only gonna get that so many times before people just be like, man, we ain't.
And I think it was just a big misunderstanding, miscommunication. I felt like that was a conversation they could have had because, like you said, Joe is a big Drake fan and he gives him his roses. So I definitely felt like that's a conversation that didn't have to spill over into social media. But I just think with people taking a clip, running with it, that's what we got from it, bro.
But he should know better. You know what I'm saying?
And that was the thing.
He should know better. And that's why I'm always quiet when you guys talk about Drake because y'all know how I stand about this guy. But nevertheless, I never put my feelings directly towards, anybody and outside of like the work that's happening. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't take critiquing or criticism, this is the response that you're giving off of criticism and critiquing, brother, you're weak as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that was some sassy shit, bro. And then not to mention, like, I'm not your baby mama or your shorty. Why do I got to read this paragraph?
Like, this was funny. He said it was more exchange in the DMs.
You see what I'm saying? And so now you're harboring on it because your feelings are really hurt. And this really...
No, his feelings really was hurt.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, Joe said his feelings really was hurt because Drake thing was like, bro, like, you act like we don't have history and you speak on me as if you don't have a level of respect for me. Mm-hmm. Now, between Joe and Drake, we all know outside looking in, they have a long line of history. There was some things that Joe, when he was reading those DMs, he was like, okay, I'm not going to read that. That's a little bit too personal. I'm going to read this. Okay, I'm not going to read that. That's a little bit too personal. And it's like, at the end of the day, I don't know what Joe and Drake, their foundation is as far as like their issues that spoil over, but I could tell it's something that when he's seen that, it definitely lit a fire because for one, Joe has a big platform and it's him.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, I always stand on this. My nigga, if you can't post a clip of me praising you or even giving me props for giving you, I'm not saying I gotta give them, but if you giving me this much energy from a fucking critique, bro, don't talk to me. Because I have plethora of other times where I giving you your praise. And that's why I didn't fuck with Drake on the whole response.
And that's how you know it was personal. That's how you know, like you said, he was hurt. Definitely. That's how you know somebody's hurt. Because that was easily a phone call. Like, hey, bro, I really, you was going kind of hard.
He gave the album props. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But we live in a culture where people take shit and they clip it up. And I hear people saying, oh, Joe's on some hating shit. I understand. I don't agree. Yeah. I understand people's perspectives, especially if you're not an avid listener of the pod. But, man, I'm leaning more towards Joe on this because I've listened to the pod and this man bigs this man up. Man, he gives us props and it's nothing, but they definitely got some shit that they gotta hash out. Yeah, they definitely got some shit they gotta hash out, bro, because that shit run deep. And some of it might be a woman, but I just think with Drake, he should know better because for one, you're an artist. You know how this game go. You know how people take shit and run with it, and it's like, my nigga, everybody ain't going like your music, or they may have a critique. That don't take away from what you've accomplished. You got some people who fuck with it, and that just be my biggest thing. This go for athletes too. Y'all know I've stood on this, but the artists more so are more nasty with it now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you can't have no type of opinion. It's like, what makes you think that nigga, I buy your music? I can have whatever type of review. It's no different from me going to Target buying something. If I don't like it, I could go write a fucking review on it, nigga. Mm-hmm. I could give it 1 star. I could give it 5 stars. The same applies to your music. Mm-hmm. So then when he started getting in the bag about, oh, I got a 767, he got this, like, bro, that don't mean nothing. Yeah. That's some lame shit.
Yeah.
You hurt.
That's lame shit. And honestly, I actually spoke to Marcus about this. It's actually kind of funny. Like, for me, being a Drake fan, like, I hold them in the same light I do a Wayne and Kanye and Hove. But even sometimes when it comes to, like, just me even giving him his props, I kind of feel like sometimes I got to pull back my praise because I'll be looked at as, oh, you dick riding, or you giving this, you doing too much. And it's like, bro, there is a certain side. There's a side of Drake's fan base that's like just literally for the music. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And when we talking about the praise, we're not lumping that over into his personal. It's just strictly for the music. And I understand it because you take what it's no different from a Bron fan. You got some Bron fans who, strictly basketball.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj fans, for the most part, they fucking crazy. But you do have some Nicki Minaj fans who strictly for the music. Yeah. And it's like, damn, if I say too much about this record, them niggas might think I'm on this man. That's just like, bro, I'm honestly just talking about the music, bro.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like you said, you're not thinking about the personal, what this man got going on in his personal life, how he personally
in the midst of all that, I can't praise it because it's gonna be overshadowed. It's like, bro, I just fuck with the record. I fuck with the album.
I don't
bro.
know this man in real life, man. I don't know this man in real life. I just like the music.
Yeah,
but I can understand that. And then like there's artists like that, like I fuck with Freddie Gibbs music. I like Freddie Gibbs music, but it's like. The nigga do so much jokey shit. It's like
I fuck with Freddie shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's like, yeah, man, I fuck with Freddie music. Like, but I do understand how niggas could be like, that's the nigga lame and shit like that. I get that, but I just like bruh music. You feel me? So I get what you're saying. But I think it's just more people when it comes to that, I think people look more into the person. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody can just be like, hey, bro, I'm strictly for the music, like Redacted. Redacted. Strictly for the music, but if you say,
I understand.
I fuck with it, niggas gonna be like, hey, what you on right now? You know what I'm saying?
They low key will judge you for that.
They will definitely judge you for that. So
that whole thing just went. It did not have to go that direction. I think we starting to get to a time where artists need to just say what it is, and they won't say it. Athletes too, like y'all love the praise, you don't like the critique. And that's what it is. Because I'm the best person in the world when I praise you. But at the moment I get the critiquing, you questioning me. And it is, like I said last week, there are levels of critique. And I want to ask y'all this. Like, even as an art, because I even noticed this with Drake. It's like, how many chances are you giving an artist before you like, you know what? I'm not listening to this next album. I'm just talking about the music quality wise. Like, this ain't your music to me. Because for me, depending on who it is, the first time, because I'm more of a, if your voice is off, I'm the same. I'm not gonna listen to your music. Yeah. But some people is just like, all right, bro, I gave you a chance on this one, maybe one or two. That might be my point.
I'll give it two. If it's like a new artist, I'm probably gonna give it one time. If it's an artist that I've already known and been accustomed to, I'm gonna give them about two shots to be like, okay, because maybe sometimes people are stepping out and doing something new, so they want to go and experiment with that, and then it might be some shit where I might catch on to it, or I might bounce back to it later, or maybe it's just not might be my cup of tea. Now the next album you come out and you do that same shit again, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm not fucking with it. Or if you try to go back to just if the quality of music is just not there, it's gonna be like, all right, well you 0 for 2 right now. I think on the next album, I'm not going to be as, I'm not going to move as fast to go listen to it. I'll probably just wait and chill.
Gotcha.
But if it's a newer artist and I hear it for the first time and I don't like it, I'm probably not going to go back to it.
I feel you. What about you, Drew?
New artist, you got one shot, bro. I mean, I'll listen to it through its entirety. And after that, bro, like, if there's nothing that I kind of like, I was like, yo, let me play this shit again. Like, that shit was riding. I might be calm on it. Or also, if I'm doing a road trip and I play the album and it starts to like annoy me, like it takes me out of my headspace, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like, I think for me, if music isn't giving me peace like it's supposed to, or moving me how it's supposed to, I'm good on it. And I mean, throughout history of rap, and when the transitions, I've missed transitions because I stepped away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of that. You know what I mean? It just was one of those things. Music just wasn't moving me at the time. And that's just, I had to go to a genre of music that will move me and give me what I'm looking for. And that's one thing I'm gonna stand on is if it's gonna be something that I'm gonna listen to, it's like 50 was just saying, like, if you run on a treadmill with no music, like, you're not gonna run as long as you possibly could. You know what I mean? Because music helps you move. And it's and I felt that shit, bro. Like, Have you ever left your headphones at home?
Facts.
You're shitting. You're like, oh my God.
You're not getting the best workout because you're not able to step into an element to really get into yourself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, and music does that for me.
I heard Joe Rogan say that when you use music working out, he said it was something like basically like you don't get the full effect of the work because you're not fully locking in to what you're actually doing. You're more or less listening to music to help pull you through instead of just locking in, which I don't agree with that because I'm with you. I feel like the music helps niggas get to that point. They
different strokes to different folks.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember him saying that, and also that was kind of interesting that you could just go, because when you're in any gym, there's always music playing. So you always listening to something. You just don't got it directly to your ear.
Yeah. And I mean,
I know what I want to listen to when I work out. My bad, Drew.
No, Joe Rogan's a white man, bro. So I just can't relate to that.
No, I can't.
But I mean, that's to each his own. Yeah. But it's just one of those things. Like I know what works for me.
Facts.
He's not me. So
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, but I will say like for swimming is one thing that there's no music. I mean, you can. I wouldn't recommend that shit. Yeah, that's just kind of crazy. But I also think like, in an element of working out, if I want to tap into just brain only, that swimming is one of it. It's only just you and your thoughts then. Yeah. You and your thoughts and breathing. So, I mean, there's, I guess, depending on what type of workout you're doing, but I'm sure he was implementing gym, clearly, because you're talking about music.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, bruv, like, no, music helps us. I would say. I mean,
you got a short window with me.
Yeah.
You got a short window with me. Yeah. And then even back to the Drake and Joe shit, like Drake also got to be, his lyrics said some of that shit. So it wasn't like Joe made up any of that. Now, some could say it's a play on words, but like you on the record saying like, bro, like saying you're 25 is just not an excuse. Like you sound bothered by the younger girl. Yeah. So only one could assume like stop fucking the 25-year-old. Yeah. Again, I don't think it was that big of a dig like how you made, but my nigga, you are saying it's on the record. You know what I'm saying?
I think that shit kind of hurt him, bro. I think he like it
did hurt him because it's him.
That shit hurt him. But it's like, bro,
I think it's more so because it's him though. Yeah. But, I think that's what it was.
But if you think like in Drake's lifestyle, I think because in his lifestyle in the entertainment world, that's pretty common for a 30-something-year-old to be having relations with a 25-year-old.
Ross was 39 when he was engaged to Lyric Galore. She was what 22, 23
yeah,
at the time?
in the entertainment world, that's pretty common. So I don't know. Maybe that shit just struck a chord with him. Like maybe Drake feels like he needs.
It struck a nerve because his daddy spoke out on it. Y'all seen that?
Yeah, I read. I didn't read it, but I saw it.
Yeah. So, I knew Dennis was going to tap in eventually, but
I mean, anyways. But yeah, it's one of those things, man, bro. Like he's just real sassy and got in his bag about
irrelevant shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like for you to go that deep, and God knows the jabs that you was throwing, in the personal, and throughout that conversation that Joe was speaking of.
In the DM,
when he was saying like, yeah, that's personal, that's personal, that's personal. Now, okay, but you're saying this shit is fucking personal. You see what I'm saying? So now you're warranting a reaction from this. So it's kind of like
facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you're dropping personal shit, now you light a fire under Joe. Joe can come back how he choose fit because you already on some personal shit. And I think separating personal feelings in music, we have to remove it. And we speak about this shit all the time. Same shit. If a nigga snitching on a nigga, I don't give a fuck. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's some personal shit. But if he's making great music, what is wrong with it? And I get it. He's talking about this. He's not living that life. Well, we listen to a lot of artists who be capping
in their music.
It's good music. And y'all don't separate it then. So you pick and choose when you want to separate the individual from the music. And I feel like Drake can't even look at himself to separate himself from his own album because this shit it's mid. I mean, that's some people say it's good, but nobody's saying, "Oh my god, it's a banger." Like you're not seeing that shit. Well, I mean, also I got Drake fucking like anything Drake is blocked, so I don't really see much of the shit that comes my way anyway. So it's like, again, bruv, it's all personal for the beige community and. Bruv, like I'm not there, so
No, I feel you. I feel you. And that's what I was saying. Like for me, if I don't rock with an artist's music, I also because this other side has to speak to too. It's like if you don't rock with an artist, then in turn, I don't seek out an opportunity to review their music.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like West Side Gun just dropped. I'm not gonna give a review on it, and it's simply because I just don't like his music. It's nothing personal at all. I don't like his rap voice. Same thing with Jacquees. Jacquees drop an album, I'm not gonna listen to Jacquees' album. But if I'm consistently on a timeline or on my socials, digging, waiting for a moment, then I feel like I'm being on weirdo time. Because then that's when it's both sides of the coin. There's nothing wrong with critiquing some shit. But if you get to like 4 or 5 albums of an artist and they've been bad for 4 or 5, well, how the fuck did you get the 4th and 5th time? So you're just waiting for an opportunity to shit on this artist. And I feel like especially if you have any type of platform, I think that has to come with some type of responsibility. You could just stay away. Yeah. Because I'm gonna give it up how I give it up. I recognize my hate, and then I recognize when I just don't like your music.
Yeah. But do you think, I mean, because you know Drake, do you think this is a new norm for him? Like, is this going to be a ongoing thing that he's going to now start, directing his anger towards critiquing on certain platforms? I think like bigger platforms. Let me say that.
Nah, this just for Joe.
You just think this is just a personal thing with Joe?
100%.
Okay.
Because other platforms have critiqued him. He kind of got in on somebody before, but not to the depth of Joe. And so then when I see the reaction, I'm not surprised because it's Joe. Now, if this was Charlemagne or DJ Envy or, $1 million worth of game or something like that, I'm like, oh, bro, you need to take a break. You need to step back, take a break. But being that it was Joe, yeah. I don't think this is annoying because I don't think he cared about nobody else. No. But being that it's Joe has that big of a platform, it's something there.
And Joe really know you, and y'all really
that's
know
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have things going on within their dynamic of their relationship that we'll probably never be privy to. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't like it, and I'm a side with Joe on it again because, bro, this man has gave you endless flowers, bro. Endless. Like it's. And like I said, me and Joe are kind of the same as far as like our fandom of Drake. You see what I'm saying? Like Joe, he's a little bit more animated as far as his praise versus me. Like I kind of just I keep it where it's at. But he definitely gives this man his props, bro. And I wasn't even mad at Joe for putting the last episode on Patreon. Like that was a good play, honestly, because that's what everybody was looking for. Yeah. Hey, they
run that shit up, nigga.
Yeah, run that shit up. So I get it. I definitely understand it, but I'm with Joe on this one, man. I just felt like a simple conversation could be had, and just do your due diligence as far as, because I feel like we start to get to a point where media. I'm always side with media on this one. Sorry, artists. Sorry, athletes. But no, bro. Like I'm siding with the media on this in terms of like the praise and critique, because it'd be a lot of times it's like, don't hit me with a who are you. Don't hit me with that, because you don't hit me with a who are you when I give you your praise again.
Yeah, when you like that fucking praise.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you like that praise, you don't hit me with who are you? But I can teach some shit. Oh, where he played at, where he played ball at, or where he played football at. Or like,
you're in your feelings.
Yeah, I don't gotta be a dentist to see good teeth. I just gotta be a dentist to put in the inner workings. But I ain't on the field. I'm not a coach. But I can see the product that you're putting out on the field. I can see the product that you're putting out in your music. I see the product that you're putting out on the basketball court, and it's not good. You see what I'm saying? So give me that same respect from when you see me praising you. See, because sometimes it come out to me that some of these artists, some of these actors, they want dick suckers. They don't want actual fans, because I don't look at as a fan as a dick sucker. You get what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but that's just what it is. I think a lot of times they be wanting dick suckers. They don't want an actual fan who can actually be, fair in their praise and their critique.
Yeah, you only want to see the good and not the bad, or you can't handle the bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's humans. That's just humans in general, bro. Sometimes we just can't take criticism, and sometimes it's just the wrong time. Like it could have been a day that the nigga had a lot going on. Maybe his record sales wasn't where he wanted them to be at a projected time, and now this is spilling over. Like it's not helping the situation,
and it feel like it can affect it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So,
but it's like you, bro, you done got every record except the one that you chasing now.
Hey man, you only can look within self.
Exactly.
Like you're the one who's putting out the product. Yeah. I can't be mad like when people be like, oh, don't go to certain websites because of the product that you get. Like you might get like a little toy of something that you're actually looking to receive as a full size something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be mad at this. This is what the person is giving me. I only can leave a review, like you said. It's either 1 star or 5 stars.
Let me ask you, as you somebody who actually has who has work that can be reviewed and be critiqued, what do you feel like is the line between critique and then somebody hating on your photography, for example? What's the line? What's the line between critique and then actually hating on your shit?
I think critique will be, hey, can you take this is what I like and this is what I don't like. And I like to have those conversations because that only makes me better.
Okay.
I don't take anything, somebody else's opinion about my work to heart because, again, this is what I have to put out to the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Once I put this work out to the masses, hey, man.
Free game.
Yeah.
Either
Fair
they're going to
game.
like it or they don't,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But this is what this is what we have here.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And I've worked with politicians. I've worked with a few people here in Charleston. And what they was looking for wasn't what I shot. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take it as like, oh, you're saying my shit whack. You know, I just took it for what, well, I wasn't the guy for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's okay. I'm okay with that because there's a lot of people in this industry. But there's somebody who's going to work with me. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody who sees the value in my work, but also sees that this is some relatable shit to what they have going on. Maybe politicians ain't for me. Maybe the format of how I went about it, maybe I need to look at that. You know what I mean? But it's also still a learning experience for me. So I'm going to take the criticism. I'm going to take the no's because I'm going to get 10 times more yeses. You see what I'm saying? And I'm happy with that. But also, I understand this shit. This is the game. You're not going to like all my shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and my thing is, if the other side outweighs that, ain't nothing really to acknowledge, bro.
no, it's not.
It's not nothing to acknowledge.
No, it's not.
Because y'all know me. Hey, listen, Drew sometimes he'll beat me to it because he reads the YouTube comments sometimes. Yeah. And I seen some in the shorts over the last couple of weeks. People saying some funny shit. Like, I don't pay no mind. Because I know the people who fuck with it in the grand scale, they fuck with it. I'm not really gonna get in my feelings about nothing. Now, I definitely could take criticism, even if I pick up on something in the video or something I said on audio, like, okay, I know I need to work on that. Yeah. But in the grand scale, I'm like, oh, like somebody had a little funny off our the Jonathan Taylor short that I posted. Somebody was like, oh, this is why y'all on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, nigga, what the fuck that be?
That's cool. I mean, that's his opinion. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But some people, like a Drake in that instance, probably would jump out and that's what I feel like he did with this. He completely jumped out the window.
Yeah, and it's crazy that he fell for clickbait.
That's the thing that kid, like you fell for that. Like, come on, bro.
For that shit.
That shit
and
was
that's
on your heart.
And
right?
the crazy, literally 3-4 minutes before that part, because I listened to the episode. It's like, bro, I like this album. It's good. I feel like it'd be better, but this was good. Yeah. So I feel like if you hear that part and then you hear that, his is more constructive in terms of he feels like the reason why it could be better is because you're hanging around XYZ. Yeah. That's it. I don't think it's no more in depth than that when I'm assessing Joe's breakdown.
But Mike, also, maybe he just was waiting for this moment.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
he was waiting.
That's definitely
like,
could have been a possibility.
Like, I think,
for sure.
Like
they might not rock like that.
Yeah, like honestly, I think sometimes people have underlying beefs with people that just don't even know it. And I think it just be like, yo, bruv, like
just like the message I should.
And I just be like, yo,
okay.
I'd be like, yo, bruv, like,
did that warrant that? I'd be like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But that's just.
I didn't know we had beef.
That'd be the shit, bruv. Like you don't know this shit until the reaction comes out.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Off of something that didn't warrant it, but they using this as a moment to get it out.
That was the vehicle.
That was the vehicle.
So that's all right. Now we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake and Joe, you're here now. Now what?
And crazy thing is, Joe even said Big Shaw got a shot. So Joe was like, you know what, man? It's like me and Dog might piece it up, but I see some of y'all in them comments liking certain shit, and I get to thinking that you probably agreeing with old boy saying, "Hey, Big Sean, keep it cute." That shit was so funny. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I get it. Sometimes you see certain people who might align with what the other person saying about you, because I peep it too. So I be like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna pay attention to that. I'm paying attention to that." But the way he said it, and I get it, he gotta, But it's just like, yeah, certain people use certain shit. Cause like, even when I was talking with Drew, I talked to you about it too. Yeah. And I seen this shit. I'm looking like, damn, bro, like, we normally do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, where that shit coming from? Okay, now I know I got to separate myself. Because in it for me, it's like, my nigga, I'm not coming at you. We talking trash. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, like some people definitely use certain opportunities, or they just waiting on the wayside for somebody else to say something so they can go ahead and jump on it and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been feeling this type of way. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, with them two,
man, I learned that shit early in life. Titanic, whatever year, 2020,
especially when you was killing the club scene,
2010. Goddamn, yeah. Like, and that Facebook shit was like one thing for me was never like, I'm not a man of words, bruv, but you can say this shit. Like, I don't need this shit on the internet, bruv. Catch me when we in each other's face, bruv. Are you going to feel the same energy? Mm-hmm. And we've been there several times. Let me just leave it like that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but you know, it is what it is, bro. But that's what I'm saying. You warranted the smoke by opening the personal shit. Now, outside the personal shit, it's up to me. Either I can take the higher road and be like, or I can snuff you. So, you know, it's either or.
It's all about what you feel like.
It's just
warranted.
Whatever. But you see what I'm saying? But it's also like we're adults here, and they should be able to have a conversation, and then especially those two guys to respectfully be in their same fields.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, y'all look at the example that you guys are setting, but this is some personal shit. See what I'm saying?
Keep that off.
That off the internet, bro, because now we're sitting here talking about
because honestly, if I'm Drake, I'm approaching it like this. If I see that clip, I'm gonna go do my due diligence for once. If I'm in the moment, something wrong could be going on. I'll be like, hey, I'll hit him. Be like, hey, bro, I seen this clip. Yeah. I just want to ask you first, was there any praise of it before I got to this part? I'm gonna take your word for it, but just be real, because I'm taking that as if when you say this right here in particular, is that a personal shot, or you just saying that in terms of how it's affecting my music? It's a simple questions. Yeah. These are simple questions that you can ask me, because I know if somebody's reviewing my shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, reviewing the pod or whatever, and they say something that sound kind of like, I hit them and be like, hey, bro, like, you said this right here. Is that kind of like, okay, and then we can move forward? Because I don't want to jump out the window on you. Yeah, especially if we got history. That's the thing. If we got history,
Drake been sitting there getting his hair flat ironed and was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. Probably putting the barrettes in or something like that.
What the hell is this?
Hey, man, like Cam said, man, y'all niggas making secret songs, man. Like when that nigga talk about y'all niggas making secret songs, you doing the same thing Jay-Z did, nigga. You making secret songs, nigga. Stop making secret songs, nigga.
So Gillie and Wallow. no, Gillie and Birdman. Back at it again. I'm gonna play a little bit of what Birdman had to say. This nigga is hilarious, brother. Also within that, Birdman had hey, y'all better stop playing with champagne poppy. I read that shit in his voice. I'm like, man, Birdman, relax, man. That shit was hilarious. Let me play this shit real quick.
I ain't never made $1 off Gillie. Not $1. I never put a record out with Gillie. I thought that was fly. He had something with the little crew, and you hear me? But I ain't never made $1 off Gillie when he be running around with all that capping. Like, nigga, I ain't never made no money off you, nigga. Stop all that cap ass talking, nigga. You not like that. But I ain't never made no money off him at all. I ain't never put a record out off him that made no money. And he for sure ain't never wrote one rhyme for Moolah.
For the record. For the motherfucking record.
There it is.
100 side exclusive.
Exclusive. 100 side.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all where it really went bad. Stunner pull up to Philly. He wanted to go get them motherfucking throwback jerseys and shit. They go to the mall. Stunner in the town. He in your city. He with you. My man walk in. What's my man name with the voice?
Eagle.
What's my man?
Eagle.
Benny Siegel walk in. Lock his hands on Gillie's shoulder. And take one. And Stunner them looking for a reaction and didn't get one. Stunner didn't say nothing. He went to his tour bus and saw niggas wasn't like that, and he continued his journey in life.
Hey, my reason for my fallout with Gillie was we was in Philly.
Here we go. Class.
Let it go.
I ain't got no ill feelings with Blood. I ain't got no ill feelings with him. I ain't tripping off him or nothing. I ain't got no ill feelings with him. But niggas be putting all these false, fake shit out. You heard me? I ain't got no ill feelings with him. We was in Philly at a store, and we was shopping. And Beanie come in the store, grabbed him, walked him outside, and he had a blicky on him. We all got blickies on us. I got 100 niggas with me. But a nigga brought him outside. And a nigga whoop whoop and he ain't do nothing. I lost all respect for him and then I stopped fucking with him.
So this whole Gillie and Birdman shit definitely got some deep rooted history. Like, you know, we always see the clip when Wack was on the pod. You know, he's talking about, yo, Gillie, I'm gonna call Birdman and tell her recent access because I ain't making over. But it seemed like Gillie is kind of like always in his feelings with Birdman, bro. And it's just like, I feel like we're almost 20 years removed from that whole situation, and it kind of gotta be what it is.
Man, hey man.
Let me play Gillie. Let me play Gillie response real quick. Let me say.
Baby, ain't that crazy? I'm bigger than that right now. I generate more money than that right now. I don't want to hear that shit. It's counting me out. I'm bigger than you. Shut up. Nobody give a fuck about you. Gillie, what's up with Beanie Smacking? Come on, man. Y'all don't believe that shit, man. Cut it the fuck out. You just wanted something to say, man. Our Birdman wait so long to say something. I can't even respond when you say something 25 years later. You only responding because you don't hear the roar of the crowd no more. You want to know what's so crazy? Huh? You talk about some shit 25 years later. I done called you a nigga for 25 years. 25 years later, you respond, sit your bitch down somewhere.
These two is crazy, bro.
Man, look here, dog. With Gillie, like, it's obviously a reason why that situation didn't work out, regardless whatever, you know, the situation may be. But this nigga Birdman literally ain't speak nothing of you for 25 years,
never
my nigga.
heard
He's
Birdman
never said
speak on
nothing to
Gillie.
you. And in that story, that's not the first time I heard that story before. So I don't
That's
know
not
if
the first time I heard that story.
So
either.
I mean, you know, I don't know if it's true or not, but even if it ain't true or not, that man has never spoken ill about you until like I said, you've been speaking on the man for 25 years. Now when the man say something, you want to be like, oh, nah, this nigga, man, nigga, he ain't
I'm
been
bigger
paying-
than him. I
he
give
ain't
him
been
money.
Now I ain't gonna. He might be a little bit more popular than him right now.
Okay.
In a sense, but money, nigga, come on now. Let's be fucking.
I don't think Birdman tripping on
Let's
no
be.
one.
Let's be for real. Let's be for real, my nigga. Let's be for real. One residual check, nigga, is worth more than your fucking podcast. Like, stop fucking playing.
I know. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
He may know something we don't know.
He may be, but I find that hard to believe.
I don't want Gillie and Wild. I mean, I keep saying Gillie and Wild. Gillie and Birdman shit to like spoil over into some shit because that's not what we want.
It's not gonna.
But it's
over.
like these two. It's like, my nigga, hash out whatever difference is, because every time Birdman come up, you know, Gillie kind of getting that feeling like, it's like, bro, that shit was 2001, 2002 when you signed. It didn't work out. It is what it is. Both of y'all still doing y'all thing, and just let it be that.
Yeah, at the end, because like, he probably still had respect for you if you would just like keep it cool. Because, you know, a lot of people that, you know, Birdman, I guess, quote unquote, you know, stop fucking with, eventually he turn around, you know, if things,
They extend a hand.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, just, like I said, something must have really happened to really, you know, for Gillie to get in his feelings every time Birdman come up. Because like, ain't this like on his podcast? Ain't this like this is like the time he had with Wack 100. He's spoken on him a couple times on the podcast. Like, so I just don't understand that shit, bruh. Like, the shit happened. It was like you said, it was 2001. Shit didn't work out, my nigga. You moved on, did your thing. He never spoke ill about you, but you always had some shit to say about him and Wayne.
Always.
Like, nigga, it was at one point.
Wayne definitely don't speak on Gillie.
Nigga don't give a fuck.
nigga chilling.
That nigga don't give a fuck, bruh. That little time period you was there was a blimp.
It was
in the whole spectrum of the cash of what was going on in Cash Money, my nigga.
Facts.
It was a spec.
You wasn't moving the needle
whatsoever.
And then I say Gillie ain't had no time, but I mean something obviously just didn't work. Why you didn't take off? Now you're doing your thing where you're supposed to be at, and you know, like everybody got their own avenues. And also, like even with that, I don't want to deep dive back into that topic, but this full circle, like when Drake was talking about how Joe was a failed rapper, it's like my nigga, like not too many rappers are as accomplished as you. So do that make them failures? You're like one of maybe 2 or 3
that have achieved what you have achieved.
And that's the thing that people got to understand. Like, what you come on this earth, initially what you want to do is might not end up what you end up being successful in, bro. Yeah. That don't mean you fail. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, Joe bowed himself out the game because they wasn't in line with his creative direction.
And didn't have a Nickelodeon to project him onto a platform.
Facts. That's another fact. And also, it's just like with Gillie. Like, I don't look at Gillie as a failed rapper. I just look at it as somebody the shit just didn't work. I feel like failure is like when you completely like you bow out completely, like just say fuck it completely. But you transition into other shit. Music was an avenue into the media game for Gillie and Joe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you land $100 million contract with Barstool.
Cause like if you didn't do music, nobody would even know you to even get to the point where people would even
have an audience.
Audience. But I ain't gonna lie, like my
I don't
nigga,
look at that as a failure.
Yeah, like my nigga Ran Low said though. When have you ever went somewhere and somebody said turn that Gillie to kids?
That is kind of funny.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
like when have you ever went somewhere?
No, you're right. But I just feel like when we start getting into those bags, it's like, all right, now you just trying to do the one up thing, and it's like even with Gillie, of course, I don't listen to none of Gillie shit, but Gillie has been very successful, dog. And I feel like when you enter certain lanes, it could be a transition for you into something else. This go for athletes too.
Yeah.
Football, basketball. And I know they understand they getting a certain bag sometimes when it comes to shit. Like when Pat Bev and McCants had their back and forth. Technically, Pat Bev is more successful than McCants on the NBA level. That's just what it is. You can look at Pat however you want, but that's just what it was. But McCants was able to do other things to be successful in his life. But when you get into that certain mode, that's when I say as a media person, like, bro, what make your shit that more valuable than mine? You watch the game how I watch the game. Now, yes, you did play. You might know certain things about the body that I don't know on a basketball court. But we not about to do this. You trumping your knowledge on my knowledge shit.
But I think was Rashad McCants be trying to pop it like he was like that sometimes.
He does. He wasn't.
To pop, thank you. And that's what Pat Bev is like really was trying to get it. Like, nigga, you trying to pop it like, because in the grand scheme of things, Pat Bev is a solid NBA player. He's been able to maintain a long career.
Yeah, he's not like no all-star or nothing.
But he ain't like that neither. You know what I'm saying? So it's two niggas who ain't like that, but at least one person can acknowledge that, hey, I'm here. I worked hard. I can acknowledge I'm not like that. This nigga still stuck in 2005. He's still stuck in 2004. Like when he was getting when he went into the draft and people were talking about and all this shit and your history at UNC. No, nigga, we talking about right now.
I say you a failure when you don't take advantage of opportunities that millions didn't have.
Yeah.
Period. Like you don't put your best foot forward.
But he got there though. He made it to the NBA.
Yeah, I'm not saying McCann's a failure. I'm saying failure in the context of you don't take advantage of your opportunities. That's when essentially I say this go for music artists, athletes. When you don't take advantage of your opportunity that others want and you just get into it for the money. Okay, you got your advance. Now what? You don't want to go to the studio. And I remember when I was listening to an interview with Steven Victor, Pop Smoke manager, Pusha T manager. And he said the first time he signed Pop mental was kind of like that. He's like, all right, so when you gonna be in the studio? He's like, bro, every time I see you talking about going to the studio, he said, yeah, what you think this is? This is what this is about. It's not about just, this. And that's when that's when I saw the work ethic in him and wanted to be better. Like, you need that sometimes. Like, bro, okay, you signed now what? No, you got to turn up even more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, okay, the work is not done.
The work is just starting right
exactly.
now.
So if you get an opportunity to be aside a Wayne or, when he was alive, a Bob Marley or anybody of a significance, you got to take advantage of that because people are fighting for that shit. Yeah. So if you don't take advantage, that's when I say in a certain kind of like, bro, like you failed. You played around with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a failure if you ultimately try, but the label just didn't align with your creative vision.
Yeah.
They just didn't align.
Or when you playing basketball, like you got like politics is involved. Like I didn't even know politics extended to the point where, you might have somebody who has an agent, and their agent might have done the general manager a favor about getting one player to the team. So now they're like, all right, I got somebody else. I need you to get on the team. I need this
politics and everything.
I need this player on this team. So now you might have somebody who's fucking killing in training camp, but due to politics, I can't give you a spot because I've already spoken to this guy's agent who previously helped me land this superstar player, but now I need to get this guy on the team. Whether he's playing or not, we bring him down, take him down to the G League, we give him a two-way, but as a favor for a favor, I got to put him on the team, and that's left some great players asked out, but it's the politics of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's even in a lower level than NBA. I mean, you're talking college, bro. Like, if your parents are alumni of a school, it's about the donations, bro. If you're touching that fucking field, you see what I'm saying? It's also what you're bringing to the team. If you're a walk-on, bro, you better be one hell of a walk-on to get over these niggas whose parents have been donating. They might have been donating money to this fund since they've been a child. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But nevertheless, outside of that, I just feel like ultimately, man, like, we just gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, this Birdman situation and Gillie situation, they're two black men who have made a lot of impact in the world. And they're also two people that, I mean, I've heard people say turn Birdman off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to go tit for tat, niggas ain't, people ain't really saying like, yo, turn that Gillie on, but niggas also ain't saying like, turn Birdman on.
Niggas have definitely said turn on that Big Thomas, dog.
Bruh, but that's not just Birdman, bruh.
Niggas, I think so hold on, what solo Birdman song? I don't think so Birdman really have like a
really. So he's kind of always with
somebody. So that's why it would be like turn.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
in that context.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but in the past 10 years, I've yet to hear somebody say this. So it's one of those things like, you guys, let's just get to the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get to the money,
bro.
Cut
the dumb shit.
Cut the dumb shit out, bro. We see enough of the shit. And it's a trickle-down effect, bro. Like, Gillie, bro, you lost your son this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace, Cheese. But it's also one of those things like, bro, like, take the higher road over the dumb shit, especially with Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really got too much relevance here currently. I mean, BG's out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we might see a lot more coming. But, I mean, look at your platform, bro. Look what Barstool paid y'all. You see what I'm saying? Like, count your blessings, man.
That's how I said ultimately. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, when you assessing, you sit back and you be like, bro, look at the position I'm in. Like,
count it.
We good. This shit is some dumb shit.
It's
Press that shit to the side. Bro. Yeah. So, I wanted to speak on about the fake caring I've been seeing about the Israel and Palestine war. I started noticing about a week and a half ago. I just want to preface my comments by saying that I don't really care what side you stand on. I don't care if you stand on Israel's side. I don't care if you stand on Palestine's side. I just want people to be clear on this is not a religion versus a religion war. So this is not Jews versus Muslims. This is not what's going on. This is a country versus another country that has in-depth, deep-rooted beef, essentially. And because I see a lot of that, and granted, a lot of people in, Israel are Jews. You see what I'm saying? But this is not a religion versus a religion thing at all. This is not what's going on. This is something that has been going on for decades. And what I don't like is definitely the teams. Because for one, I don't feel like y'all ultimately care. You said we're going to have a moment of silence, prior to a game when Colin Kaepernick did the same thing. Essentially fighting for the same thing. But we all know what it is at the end of the day. I don't got to say what it is because y'all not about to clip my shit. But I see what's going on, and a lot of it is just misinformation being spread and wanting to be first. Like I seen when the actor, I can't remember her, a white actor, she posted a picture of somebody, two kids. A kid looked like he was holding his little sister. And when she found out it was Palestinian kids, she took it down. You see what I'm saying? In support of Israel. And it's like, y'all don't have to be performative in these measures because it's disingenuous for one. This is not a game. Number two, you get what I'm saying? It's like, if y'all really deep dive on the history of what's going on, you will understand that casualties are bad on both sides. And this is not a side that is just doing this just cause. This is in retaliation to what they feel they've been dealing with. So I preface my comments by saying, like, bro, you have to understand what's really going on both sides. Again, this is not me choosing a side. I just know, for me, after doing my research, I know what's right and wrong. And I feel like a lot of y'all are approaching this very disingenuous.
And then also, well, I'll speak to two sides on two sides of things. For one, like Mike said, this has been going on for decades, and this is the Palestinian side feeling like, hey, we have been the same things that we're doing to them, they've been doing to us.
That's their perspective.
You know, that's their perspective, and you can't be mad at that. Now, I'm gonna say this so we don't get clipped, but there's a lot of people know the reasons why all these teams and stuff are quote unquote going for or have sided with Israel, because the people who run all these companies are those people. So it's like, LeBron James, you better say pray for Israel.
It's a lot of bottom lines.
It's a lot of bottom lines. You know in business who you run with.
And Charleston White had an interesting comment because somebody asked him, how do you feel about Floyd Mayweather speaking out in support of Israel? He's like, I'm not mad at that because Floyd has a lot of business partners that are aligned with that, a lot of friends. So he's only aligning with what he feels is right. That's what I'm saying. Each side, from their perspective, have a reason to side with their side. Again, whichever side you choose, that's your side. I'm not here to debate that. But there's a lot of people being performative in their message, and they're speaking misinformed on this topic as well. You get what I'm saying? It's like, bro, a casualty is a casualty when it comes to a child. I'm not propping one up over the other. You get what I'm saying? And essentially, my biggest issue with the USA is, and will always be, we need to stop inserting ourselves in other people's shit. Period. I'm not budging on that, because it's like, bro, like, don't make it seem like as if you're a hero in this context where, bro, like, I seen a report yesterday that said that the Israeli military is giving a hospital 2 hours to evacuate. Like, what kind of crazy shit is that? We talking about a hospital, my nigga.
People are on there. People can't move.
Older people, kids, newborns, whatever the case may be. Like, that's some crazy shit. And I just didn't like what I've been seeing performative wise in terms of that. That's all really I'm gonna say. Now, if the people who have their alliances, I'm not against that. I understand it. Like with Floyd, when I seen with Floyd, like right hand man's is in line with that. They might have had a conversation in terms of why he's siding with them in this war. You get what I'm saying? And then you had the other side. Like I said, I have my own opinion on it and what I've seen in the history of it. It's a lot of people just wanting to be first. And we live in a content-driven culture. Everybody just want to be first to say some shit. And it's like, dog, do you know what's really going on between these two countries?
Yeah, about to say, it's been going on for a long time. And it's when it comes to war is exactly what it is. It's war, and it's been going on since the beginning of time.
This wasn't the starting point.
You know what I'm saying? This has been going on. So now there's casualties on both sides, and I'm not on either side, because I feel like, the killing of innocent people, especially in this climate, innocent
on both sides don't want nothing to do with this.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up on all sides. But we need to stop acting like this isn't war, and we haven't seen these types of things happen before.
Facts.
Wars have been going on since the beginning of time, bro. So this ain't nothing new. It's sad. It's fucked up. It's tragic on both sides. But we gotta stop acting like this is. They're literally in conflict. They're in conflict, bro. They're in conflict. They're going head to head in war. Regardless of the people the civilians and things like that who don't want it. Like things are happening. Things are going on out of people's control. Shit getting blown up and all that kind of shit. So you really, at the end of the day, you really got to look at it for what it is, bro. The countries at war, bro. Facts. Two countries are at war, and when it comes to war, nothing is off limits. So things are happening. Yeah. And like we said, for the Palestinian side, they feel like, man, we're going to give it to them like they've been giving it to us. And then the Israeli side is like, we got to protect ourselves. But at the same time, the civilians are like, bro, this shit has shit to do with us.
Yeah, well, like, where can these people go?
And then
you telling them evacuate, they can't go. Where can they go at? You get what I'm saying? Like, where can they go at? Drew, you want to say something?
Man, you said it.
Oh,
We just
okay.
need to mind our business.
Definitely.
I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. I mean, I get it. It's all about relationships, and you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, so that you build up relationships. But ultimately, I feel like those celebrities jumping out the gate before you do your own research is just
Nasty.
very more damaging to yourself than anything. Like that's just not smart. It's not smart business. But also, again, we live in a media-driven world of propaganda. So to know what's being spread, regardless of what we feel or whatnot, maybe you should keep it to yourself.
Especially if you don't know the history.
Facts.
That's the key here.
Yeah, because there's also been a kind of a narrative of certain people not speaking out on it. Because I was watching a Breakfast Club with Vlad TV, and he was kind of trying to get on Drake and Khaled.
And Khaled,
they
I
haven't
remember
spoke
that.
on it. But if somebody is they don't really know everything, then
Yeah, why would
want
I
to speak on? Or if you somebody who's a more of a behind the scenes guy, I kind of get what Vlad was saying because they do have powerful voices. But my nigga, no offense, how powerful is DJ Khaled's voice in this situation, my nigga?
Facts.
It's not gonna. Because all these celebrities doing shit like it's not gonna. It's conflict. It's conflict between two people. Like you saying what you're saying for your side isn't necessarily gonna do shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not moving the needle.
It's not moving the needle.
They care. They shooting missiles at each other as we speak.
They don't give a fuck about what DJ Khaled got to say or what Drake got to say.
So
right
all
now.
I can say is just pray. I mainly just care about the kids and then the innocent people. Outside of that, I can't really say that I care that much about it. And it's a lot of people who are acting like as if they care that much about it. It's like, bro, you're not. You're just being performed because maybe your team posted about it. Your favorite soccer club might have posted about it, whatever the case may be. I know that when the Panthers posted about it, I'm like, my nigga, we need to stand on some wins. Like, we 0-5, bro. I don't really care what y'all niggas got going on right now within that. And it's like, they're not the only team to speak out on it. And it's like, I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, at the end of the day, the performative measures is even more. Even when they did the moment of silence, for the Chiefs and all that, it's like, damn, bro, like, but this is what Colin Kaepernick initially did. And we was against kneeling. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is against that. But, again, that's neither here nor there. But that's really all I wanted to just bring full circle moment. Because if you don't know, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. And even if you ask questions, you get information, you can still shut the fuck up.
Facts.
That's how I look at it. Like, I'm not about to be sitting on Twitter writing no essays about some shit. No. And I've done my research on this topic. I've talked to people who are very knowledgeable. And even when they give me the knowledge, I still go do my own research. So it's like, information is out there, bro. Just do your history, and you still don't have to be performing in that. Like, when you get, okay, this is like, no, bro. Like, it's okay to not know. And it's okay even if you do know. You don't got to speak on everything.
In fact, you don't. But I also, a narrative that I saw, I saw a narrative and also like because I follow some people who are on my Twitter who are actually Palestinian.
Okay.
And they were, they were talking about it, and they basically were saying like, they're gonna rep for their people, but at the same time, it is, they don't agree with what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, that's like that on both sides. Yeah.
But I also did see this theory of like, because the Israelis, are mostly fair-skinned and the Palestinians are mostly dark-skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard this narrative before. And that's why certain things as far as like media and certain things of, because, like I said.
Well, we do know skin tone is a factor. Again, if it is a factor, that will forever live on. Yeah. I mean, racism is birthed because of somebody looking different from you.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? It could be something as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. I just don't know. And it's just unfortunate to see the threats of evacuation when these people don't got nowhere to go.
And then it's like, then you also gotta risk the fact of like, okay, I go move somewhere and I'm still in this area. Who's to say that this shit don't travel along and go somewhere else? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, I can't escape this shit. I gotta completely get out the country. But it's like, how can they get out the country now?
Where can they go at? Especially when you got certain countries closing their borders off.
Yeah.
I seen some shit with Egypt put up something. They closing up. They was like, they don't want no refugees or something like that. I'm like, my nigga, y'all neighbors.
Yeah,
essentially. That's like if Georgia closed their border to South Carolina, if like some crazy shit happened. It's like, my nigga, damn, like we flooded out or something. We had some catastrophic happen. We can't come, just like with the Hurricane Katrina shit.
Yeah.
When the people was like literally getting ready to shoot people if they came across the Mississippi border, it's like, my nigga, they don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
They're not about to try to run up in your house or nothing. Like, niggas just trying to get to somewhere where they can survive.
They're trying to get some refuge.
Yeah, that's it. Literally. That's it. But I like I said, I've been seeing a lot of nasty performative shit from a high level to a low level.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, y'all don't have to act like you're knowledgeable and care about everything, bro. It's cool. Yeah. Like, it's a persona thing, man. It's really a persona. So that's all I really got on that, man. Caresha, y'all saw the BT Hip Hop Awards?
I saw the highlights.
I see some high. People were saying it felt like it was low budget ran.
It probably was, bro. That BET budget
the
probably...
crowd wasn't really like engaged like how they thought it was.
That BET budget probably sliced, bro.
And the thing is, the BET Awards be good. The Hip Hop Awards is the one that kind of be getting like the short end. A lot of people
on and off.
Yeah. They said Ice Spice wasn't there to receive her award. I find that very alarming. She needs to be there. But I feel like that in general when it comes to awards. I feel like everybody should be there because I feel like the representation matters that much. Yeah. If we're willing to always cry and bitch about again, Grammys and all this other shit, we need to be there front and center for our shit. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck what the award is. Be there. You see what I'm saying? But I did see Jermaine Dupri's performance for like the Dirty South.
Yeah, I saw that.
I said, hey man, he can have Diddy on the ropes, man. Like some of the songs that he had in that, it was like 7 minutes, and I watched it. It was real good, bro. It was real good. Shout out to JD, man. He put on a great performance. He had Chingy and Tyrese come out there for their record. Shit like that. Yeah, he did Welcome to Atlanta with Ludacris. They brought out Bone Crusher for his performance and shit like that. Never Scared. Yeah, he has some good songs in that lineup, man. But I mean, the BT Hip Hop Awards overall, I heard it could have been better just as far as how they do it. Because it's not live. They record it. Yeah. It's pre-recorded. So, man. But Caresha winning Best Hip Hop Platform again.
The fix is in.
The fix is in, man. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. She ain't gonna like it. She has voices like, oh, leave me alone. It's like, my nigga, like, you do have some people who do this shit on a daily basis, a weekly basis. Like, she has like 3 shows.
But I'll be honest with you though, like, the algorithm shit excuse me. The algorithm shit'll pop up on your YouTube. Every interview she got now, that shit is millions of views now. But,
I get it. Mm-hmm.
But it's only literally like, I don't understand how Drinks Champs isn't getting that. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Drink Champs as a podcast, they come on every Saturday as far as like visual and audio. They bring a multitude of people, and I just feel like they've been around for a long time.
The 3 nominees I feel like should be nominated. I would even have her as a nominee.
Hell no, she wouldn't even be in that shit, bro.
It's between Joe $1 Million with the game and Drink Champs for me, and I give it more so Joe because Joe records twice a week. He's there every Wednesday, Saturday, and like he's been doing it the longest.
But I just feel like with Joe, I feel like a lot of his topics are hip hop, but I feel like it's hip hop, but I also feel like it's a lot of just like
he covers a lot of shit.
Cover a lot of shit. I just feel like for general,
you know what, you make a great,
just hip hop.
Yeah.
I'd have to give it the Drink
That's
Champs.
kind of like ours too, because we cover hip hop too, but we cover a multitude of
things.
We cover sports, hip hop, current events. Yeah, you make a fair point. Yeah. You make a fair point because they tied last year. Actually, Caresha and Drink Champs won last year.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Drink Champs.
The fix is in though.
Yeah, the fix is in, man. That's all good.
She didn't like what Charlamagne had to say about that.
What did he say?
He basically same shit that we said, and she was in the comments like, "Oh, leave me alone." Like, but I mean, a spade is a spade, bro. Like, I mean. I'm not shitting on your platform, but just for the award, like you don't record consistently.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? And then your interviews come like once in every other 6-7 months. And it's not consistent.
And it's more, it's not hip hop, it's gossip. It's this shit's supposed to be with like other shit. It's not supposed to be in a hip hop category.
Yeah, Math. I think Math was nominated. If so, Math, like I give Math the nod. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But essentially, it's like, bro, like we see what's going on. At least I see it, and it's nothing wrong with calling that out though, because if you want to have everybody want to talk about the culture, being authentic with the culture. Well, when these awards come around and you have somebody who's doing the due diligence, bro, don't fuck around with the process with the recipients. It dilutes it.
Yeah. Because you're not really being for the culture like how. Because if you really, and that's probably a reason why a lot of these shits don't, like you said, how like the BET Awards, shit like that. Shit don't really be for the culture like how niggas say it do.
When you have the recipients not reflecting of what the award show is, it's it's alarming.
Yeah, like no offense to Ice Spice, but in the culture, as far as no offense, like you gotta don't put her. Okay, you could do like maybe I don't know which category she won. Maybe it could be like best new artist or whatever the case may be.
I think it was that.
Okay, so I could kind of see that, but like if we doing the BET Hip Hop Awards, we need to do fucking hip hop. Like no offense, like to me that shit is.
You don't feel she hip hop?
To me, that's more pop. That's more.
You think so?
To me, I like that's to me that shit like popular music. To me, that ain't really like. And I ain't trying to because there's certain things that I do, like to me sexy red is rap music. Mm-hmm. To me that's rap music. You know what I'm saying? If you even want to go in the as far as the categories, to me Ice Spice is like pop music. That's popular music. I feel like Sexy Red is more if you wanted to do new artists for a hip hop award, I would put her over. I would definitely put her over in Ice Spice.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. So yeah, that's all I really had to say as regards to that as far as the awards, man. I didn't have a chance to tune in because obviously I was working, but I definitely caught some highlights. I'm gonna play it back and watch it because I do, especially with this year, I do like to watch the awards. It's not something that I scoff at, so I do like to watch the awards. So I want to give it its just due, watching it full. But I did find that hip hop award for best hip hop platform because it's like, and she's not even a podcast for real.
It's a talk show.
It's basically like a talk show type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not a podcast, and I think we kind of lost the meaning in a sense of what a podcast is. Now, if you have a podcast and you just do video, that's fine. I don't have no beef with that. Yeah. But at its core, it's audio. Yeah. That's what podcasting is. Fact. Of course, with times change, you got to adapt with the times. Nothing wrong with that. When we first started, it was strictly audio. Yeah. But now you got the video, and that's what kind of makes or break the pod now. It's like the visuals. You get what I'm saying? I understand it. People want to see your reaction when you see certain things. When you had the pod, audio is just like, oh shit, the pod lovers just was ready for, the Tax Stones, the Joes, Combat Jack to drop the audio, man. I'm ready for the audio to just get me through my day or just get me on my way to drive to work. So I feel like you still kind of got to have that, bro. You can't take that element away from it.
The fact is, like you got to keep it at its core.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Drew, you want to add something to that?
We'll just see if she's here next year.
I feel she's definitely gonna have some more people on her platform. Also, I feel like I think Joe had kind of said he had like a little snippet about his like running out of people to interview. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's when you gotta be. That's when you eventually you gotta. That's why podcasts.
It's an art.
Yeah, it's an art.
It's a skill,
and that's why the niggas who never have guests on always are the ones that kind of survive the longest as far as being popular, because when you have to depend on guests all the time, I feel like that kind of I don't want to say it dilutes the podcast, but it kind of just makes it feels like
being an interviewer and being a podcaster are two completely different things. Yeah, and people, and I understand you have elements. Me, I feel like I'm a dual threat. Yeah, I feel like Drew, he's a dual threat. Mo, he's a dual threat when it comes to this, but you have some people that are strictly just interviewers, and you have people who are podcasters. Yeah. You can be both, but they're not the same at all. Because if you can't talk, Drew has said it before. Like, he's engineered podcasts with people. They're 6 minutes in, and it's like, okay, what else? What's next? Like, bro, you have to be able to talk, be a conversationalist. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, that matters. Being a podcaster and being an interviewer is not the same thing. And I feel like we're in a time now where people are trying to blend the two. And like I said, you could be a dual threat, but they're not the same. Yeah. It's not the same.
And I also think with the thing of like where the audio comes in, where people will have the visual of what they want to see, but they'll rip it to the audio to still, keep it true to the base. But a lot of the podcasts, like you said now, people are wanting to see the visual more than hear the audio. So and then especially when it comes to once you get because they realize, as far as the money aspect is concerned, we could do product placement. We could have the video. We could, get this sponsor, get that sponsor, display shit, things like that. So once you get down to that element, it's not only just a visual aspect, but it's the fact of, we're also trying to, we can also make some money off doing this as well. Which I don't, like you said, I feel like you need both. To me personally, I'm all to certain, and me personally, certain podcasts, I like to see the visual more than I like to see the audio. So
it's definitely a place for both, definitely. But yeah, man, we'll definitely see how that shit pan out for sure.
Oh man, I forgot what I was about to say, but Did you hear about they basically are trying to say that the podcast bubble is going to burst? Because I know
I can see it.
They said in Amazon, they like their AMP Radio, which is a popular podcast.
It's coming to an end, right?
Yeah, it's coming to an end. Like there's a couple other like on Spotify, they're getting rid of a lot of
I can
podcasts
see it.
and shit like that.
But I feel like it's gonna get back to a meeting. What I say about it is the ones that are gonna survive are gonna survive.
Okay.
But that point in 2018 when Joe first signed his deal, I'm only speaking amongst us.
Yeah.
That took the companies like, okay, we could go sign the Amy Schumer. We can go sign the, this, that, and the third. We saw Spotify buy the Ringer for 200 M's. Joe Rogan 100 M. I'm not saying that they're not thriving, surviving, but it started this rush of handing out deals when it was like, should have took a step back.
Yeah.
Let's review the quality. Let's review who really do this podcast for real. Let's really get with the ones who at the grassroots, really do this podcasting thing and build them up. But essentially, when you see those companies like that, they're not trying to do that. Yeah. They're just trying to get on the first thing smoking and like, boom, let's run it up. Yeah. But yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear about that. But podcasting that has been down. It's been trending down for a minute. So I'm not surprised at that bubble bursting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all. I mean, it is what a lot of people are trying to get into it for a quick money grab. Mm-hmm. And that's not how this game go at all. Like y'all have heard me say it before, I'm gonna say it again, bro. If you really love it, you're gonna have to run this shit up for some years and continue to be steadfast at it if that's what you want, especially if you don't have a name for real. Now you have a little bit more leverage when you are an athlete or you're a rapper and you transition to podcast. There's no reason why you shouldn't be getting money. Yeah. Because you have a name behind you, period. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's just like, I have seen this trend of like, bro, who are you? Everybody can't interview everybody. And if you are, how skilled are you to get something different out that person? Yeah. Because I know I can do that. Yeah. But but if he's giving it up, why even waste my time interviewing him?
Especially when they do the quote unquote press run. It's like, you didn't said this on this platform, then went to this podcast, said the same thing. What are you going to do as the podcast or interviewer to get something different out of it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Definitely. No, that was a great point, though. I did hear about that, though. So, I mean, we'll definitely see. I think we'll see for sure between 2023 and 2026 in particular where the podcast bubble is going for sure. Definitely. Okay. So, y'all feel like Wemby is a top 50 player? He got rated number 47 in the annual top 50 list.
As the Hooper and me, no, absolutely not.
Hey, bro, I'm jumping out the window on Wemby.
He looked good during that in that preseason game. Now the 23 against the Heat, he looked good.
Bro, he's literally can go down as one of the greatest players ever with his skill set.
Leave us out of this.
I'm saying barring injury, he definitely got top 5 potential, bro. He's definitely he can be. I think it's like.
I think Wemby's top 50 already. I'm sorry, and I rarely say shit like that. Rarely.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think I ever said no shit like that to be real. Wemby is top 50, bro. He is. It's like some of these guys are just they can't do what he can do, and I understand it. He hasn't actually played a full game yet, but with Wemby, it's just different. I mean, he's 7'4", a point guard, can do any move, fadeaway jumper, get to a spot, pull up, pull up. I mean, we seen it. He looked like the goddamn all-star.
Man, when he
dunked it in the basketball.
That when that one play where he was going on the right side and it didn't even look like he jumped, bro. It just looked like he walked it. It looked like he literally like stepped 2 times and just like it didn't. There was no. He didn't have to jump. He didn't have to do shit. He just. And I'm like, damn, dog. You know how easy he can average like. He can average at least 25 to 30, like so easily.
Bro. I'm definitely ready to see him, man. Like really see him against the elite talent, of course. But that's the one I'm really rolling. Like I don't have no beef with Wemby being ranked top 50. I don't.
Yeah, because you got some players like if somebody when LeBron James first came in the league, and if they did the rankings. If you look back at it, he might have been ranked in the top 15. He didn't play, but he
should have been.
But he gets that
as a rookie. Yeah.
But there's certain players, man, that just get that. They get that, when people can just know when niggas have it. See me, I know Wemby have it, but I'm just scared of the injury
aspect. So and that really be the thing with these players. We see with Zion. We say this by Chet, Zion, everybody. It's like, okay, they say they can be this. Yeah. And we don't want to live off the it can be this.
Yeah, the potential factor. We want to see it.
Yeah, I was shocked though that Russell wasn't ranked top 50. Like Russell Westbrook still is a top 50 player, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can't.
You're not telling me that Jared Allen is better than Russell Westbrook.
All right. I just hope he has a great year, honestly. I
Yeah.
hope Westbrook has a phenomenal year.
But
this
he had
year.
a good year last year with the
He ended the
Clippers.
playoffs on a high note.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't.
You know why, bro? They've been hating on this man. When the NBA writes you off, they write you the fuck off. Like to write this nigga off like a Pat Bev is crazy.
And it's kind of like with even on like a James Harden situation, like when the NBA has felt like when you're on the decline and you're not the person that we can actually sell to get tickets, nigga, we don't give a fuck about you. Like, I fuck with James Harden, but James Harden playing that game kind of dangerous. Like, my nigga,
He gonna find his way at the league soon.
you know what I'm saying? They could really, and to somebody like Russ, Russ really just was wanting a fair shot, bro, on a lot of situations.
And he just goes in balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't.
It's
really,
no antics behind
It's no
it.
antics. He just play hard. And like I said, I was very had a heavy critique of him on the Lakers.
Because them post game interviews.
Yeah, because the post game interviews and the
Yeah,
certain
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I could just tell the nigga head just was not in it when he was playing with us. And so, new situation, you get a different Russ, and Russ is hooping with the Clippers, and I think he could still have I think he could, could put together a real solid year with the team that they already have. I don't see him not starting. I think did he come off the bench last year? I'm not sure.
In spots, and then he eventually moved to the lineup.
I think he'll be starting this year.
He had a good playoffs.
Yeah,
he did.
And so that's like I said. He left on a high note. The only thing with Russ, I still feel like with his game is you got to be a more consistent shooter. Because Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are going to draw a lot of attention, so I'm gonna need
in the IQ moments.
But I feel like even on those IQ moments, you could kind of give the ball to Kawhi, and be like, all right, bro, just
And PG defer.
PG, you can defer
if those niggas are on the court.
Yeah,
they gotta stay healthy, bro. And those two niggas cannot stay healthy.
I'm tired of saying healthy with them two names.
Yeah, that's true. Because now you're going to put Russ in a position where he
has to shoot these crazy threes, half court shots.
And that's going to make him look
fucked
up at the end of the day.
Yo, before we go too deep into sports, let me ask y'all, did y'all see that clip that was going around of Shorty who was who's going to Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, she didn't get out the car because she didn't want to go.
Let me say, that's the most jokiest shit I've seen in a very, very long time.
I'm not surprised either.
Like, and then it was like, bro, when she turned the camera to Buddy, it's like an Indian dude or some shit like that. It was like,
yeah,
all right, bro. Like y'all trying to punk this man.
Yeah, Drew, I did see that, but I think Cheesecake Factory has become like a punchline in Black Twitter to shit on. So I think
Cheesecake Factory good. What the fuck niggas talk about? I don't care what no nigga talk about. That shit busted.
People take opportunities to shit on that shit, bro.
Man, fuck that. But niggas was just going up for the Applebee's $1 margarita. If you haven't peeped,
I seen that too.
But niggas talk shit about Apple. Like, bruh, fuck what these niggas talking about. Eat what you. I remember you was like niggas ain't about to change my mind about going to fucking Cracker Barrel, dog. Nigga, he was like he was standing on his shit.
Not
like, you feel me? So, like, bro, if that's what you like to eat, bro, that's what you like. The only thing I'm gonna look down on you, bro, is certain fast food because I just feel like with all the knowledge that we know, like, ain't no way in hell you're supposed to be eating some of this shit. But at the end of the day, I can't even look down at that either because at the end of the day, everybody got their, whatever they quote unquote vices or everything that make them feel good or comfort them. If McDonald's is not, I would just say don't eat that shit every day. But if you a nigga that want like if you a nigga that, nigga, I'm gonna give me a quarter pounder with a Coke and with fries and a Coke once in a while. I ain't knocking that. You know what I'm saying? So do what you do. But
I think it's more so of like society today that like the audacity of some individuals when it comes to dating. And I brought this up because I wanted to hear you guys' view on essentially if one, you're put in the situation of a control freak, because this is clearly a woman who's a control freak of she has to control the narrative, or you feel that Cheesecake Factory for whatever reason is beneath you. But I just feel like that's an ego thing. But also you're out here with an Indian man who's not going to check you as like, hey, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He's in here trying to like, hey, like what's wrong? Like, how can I make this better type situation? But it's not a matter of making anything better. You did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yo, if you want to be specific about what you want to eat,
Open your mouth and say
open your
that.
mouth and say that.
Yeah.
Like, this man took it upon. He probably did his research and did his reservations. Cheesecake Factory is not a place that you just walk in and
No,
you
you definitely
got
to place that reservation.
Yeah, so it's like, if you guys are put in that position, what would you do?
I just wouldn't holler at her no more.
I would
Take her back home.
I'll take her back home and shit, find somebody else to go cheesecake.
Parlay
with.
something else. Yeah, that's it. Simple. We ain't got to have no episode.
And then you want to put me on the camera, bitch. I'm going to tell you straight up on the camera. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. You're
I don't
going
give a
home
fuck.
now.
You're going home
so-
now, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Because I know somebody else who going to like the Cheesecake Factory, my nigga.
Yeah.
I know somebody else who like the spinach artichoke dip, my nigga.
She locking my door is crazy. You lock my door on me?
Yeah, she's bugging. She's bugging.
What?
I did see that, Drew. I forgot about
But
that.
I think,
yeah.
like you said, the internet gives people
Yeah,
the
internet,
audacity.
yeah,
The internet
yeah.
gives people the audacity at
Shit
this
is
point, bro.
stupid. Shit is
That
stupid.
that was very that was a nasty move. And then it's just like to see the control factor, like, you know, people hit us with the you don't protect black women, but then you act this way, you know, to a race that already don't fuck with us. You see what I'm saying? So it's already like, it's crazy that he's even stepping out to fuck with you, ma. But like, his mom is not happy about this. His daddy is not happy about this. Grandpa is not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? But here he is. He like what he like. But then you act like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, but y'all want to be choose, bruv. Everybody wants to be choose. But you have a man choosing you, and now you lock the door.
Everything is for a moment, bro.
Yeah.
Everything
you roll
is for a
down the
moment.
window. You roll my window down and lock my door. Like,
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
that's
Would have
nasty,
called the
bro.
police on your ass and been like, "Hey man,
She
could
kidnapped
go-
me, bro.
Yeah, she can go to
shut my
hell.
fucking car."
She could go to hell, but yeah.
I just thought that was just something because I saw like this shit just kept circulating on Twitter.
Oh
bro.
yeah, you know people gonna write their essays about it. So yeah, definitely. Nah, Drew, you right. I did see that. Back onto the sports real quick. Did y'all think Shai Alexander's top 10?
No.
Nah, you gotta, because when you get in that top 10, my nigga, it's this thing that we talk about all the time on this podcast, and it's called expectations. I don't see how a nigga who expectations is basically making it just getting to the playoffs, playing basically is over a niggas whose expectation is to win the ring.
And that's why I say, do y'all really have a criteria, or you just be throwing shit at the wall hoping it stick, or you just pick and choose? Because that always be my argument. I don't give a fuck about who you like more. Mine is always the argument.
Yeah.
I care about the argument. If your argument don't apply for everybody in terms of certain conversations, then I just know you're just being biased, and that's fine. Bias, hate, whatever the case may be, just acknowledge it. Don't tell me that Shai is a top 10 player, bro. He's top 20, 25 maybe, but top 10, he's better than Book. He's better than Jimmy. He's better than, who else was he ahead of? AD, Braun.
And these are niggas who've been doing it. I'll put
I'm going to
more-
say what it is.
Yeah, I'll put more to Devin Booker. I'll put more to Devin Booker because they're more of close as far as like age range and shit. Like, dog, Devin Booker was kind of in the same boat as far as scoring the points and shit like that, but his team not winning. He was never in no top 10
Bro,
conversation.
I have Devin Booker 2 levels ahead of Shai. That's not no shot at Shai, but Devin Booker is the best shooting guard, and after him I'm not saying it's a big gap at all, but Shai's top 5 shooting guard.
But
He's
Shai-
not better than fucking Devin Booker,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's not better than Devin Booker. And then, like I said, if you put them in the same, because at one point,
What is he going to be expected to do the way that y'all kill these other players? That's essentially my question.
I don't know, because like I said, Book and Shai was kind of in the same boat as far as from Book's perspective, because Book was the guy who would average 25, 27, 30 a game, but his team was always losing. My whole thing is, when he was doing that, he was nowhere near a top 25, a top 10 list. But Shai hasn't been to the playoffs, but he averaging 30, basically the same shit Devin Booker was doing, but now he's top 10.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, you talking his performance last year, 31, 4
Great season.
rebounds, 4.8 assists, 5.1, 51 from the field. So it's like, all right, you look at that, but Chet's back now. You see what I'm saying? So that scoring ain't going to go it ain't gonna stay around 31.
It might be around 27, 28.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe 25 tops.
And Josh
You know what
Giddey's
I'm
getting
saying?
better, and
Yeah.
they got
And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just like it's when Bradley Beal was doing that, he ain't getting no All NBA nod.
But
He
they're
ain't damn sure ain't get ranked top 10.
they're not moving the needle.
Bro,
honestly.
Shai, they're trying to push a narrative for Shai because he's a feel-good story and he dresses the way he did. Yes. That is what I'm saying, and I'm standing on that. It's the aura effect. Again, the aura. We're in this aura era. His aura.
That's fucking my nigga.
Come on, Marcus, bro. You killing me, bro.
Let's
You
just-
killing me.
let's-
bro.
I'm sorry. But
killing me, bro.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying.
We gonna have to mute that, man.
Because the aura shit just be like, dog, are we talking basketball or what, my nigga? What we basing this off?
No, I feel you. And it's just with Shai, it's like, my nigga, he's not getting the same critique as the rest of these niggas. You're not gonna hold it to a Tatum standard. Tatum 6, he 8. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna hold him to that standard, bro. You're not gonna hold it to that standard, bro. Like, it's just with Shai, it's like, I don't know, Drew. I don't know how you can even put this nigga ahead of Jimmy Butler, bro.
I don't get
How the
it.
fuck do you do that?
For somebody who is not, as you know, he's an all-star, that's great. But there's a lot of guys who've averaged a bunch of points, have been all-stars, and have been nowhere near ranked the top 10. So I'm just like you said, there's got to be the narrative, or is this the fucking the NBA global game narrative? Because he's a Canadian. Like I don't get this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, is that what y'all trying to do? Like, I don't understand this shit.
I think it's just because of his persona.
But even that, it's like, dog, what does that have to do with the game?
But that's how it be sometimes, man. They put certain narratives for certain players. He's next in line. I didn't think it was gonna be this nasty though.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Shai top 10 is ridiculous.
I'm gonna be real with you. This is where I feel like real journalism has to be involved, because when you dealing with niggas who get all this influence off the internet and looking at highlights and certain shit, then that is kind of the influence of certain things when it comes to these rankings and certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, when you had like real like bro, because I was a big fan of Around the Horn. And I used to watch all of these writers from the New York Times, LA Times, you know, Chicago Tribune, all these people who were very, you know, had a lot of credentials, and you know how they would break the game down. I could tell, okay, whether they played the game or not, they had a good enough knowledge about the game. I feel like a lot of these niggas are just taking shit from other people instead of doing their actually own looking at, because it's like, bro, if you actually know basketball and watch basketball, you know Shai's a great player, but you know he's not top 10. There's 10 other players. There's, you know, him being in the top 10, there's 10 other players better than him. Like,
yeah.
So that's why I kind of feel like when it comes to the journalism aspect of reporting in sports, I feel like that's kind of been a downgrade, because we have the internet now and people could just.
And the crazy thing is, these were writers who did this list.
Oh, they're actually like sports journalists?
Mm-hmm.
How old were these niggas?
They didn't say.
Cause that's gonna tell me a lot too, bro. Cause what's my dog from LA Times? Bill Plowski. Bill Plowski wasn't gonna do that shit. You feel me?
I don't see him putting them top. Yeah, I don't see him doing that. Not Shai top 10. I mean, I forgot, because you pretty much know who's gonna be top 10, but
is that to throw like a curveball in? Like, I don't get why the fuck LeBron ain't
oh, here
top
we
10.
go. So ESPN's NBA ranked panel, comprising nearly 150 reporters, editors, producers, and analysts, was asked to rank players based on their predicted contributions, quality, and quantity for the 2023-2024 season only.
Okay, so you said writers, analysts, who else?
150 reporters, editors, producers, and analysts.
Okay, so
those are the people.
Out of those 150 people, how much do you think of those were actually like solid journalistic?
15 to 20%.
15 to 20%. That's a low percent when you're trying to do a whole list of 100 basketball players.
50. Yeah, that's still a lot though.
That's
yes.
it. You
So
know,
yeah, I say that's my percentage.
Yeah. So I don't. For me, I look at it like, man, bro, we need some people who actually know the fucking game, dog. Why do we have The narratives have always been pushed, when it comes to sports, especially basketball, because I understand where narratives drive basketball because everything is kind of a quote unquote story. It's more of a storyline in the NBA than in the NFL. Because in the NBA, out of a 7-game series, you kind of already know who's going to win. And in football, it's kind of hard to, I know people say about the script, but it's kind of hard to write a script in football because it's like March Madness. It's only one game. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, to get to where you need to get to.
Yeah, so definitely.
But
we definitely gonna see how all this shit play out though.
But man, I like going back to the Wemby being in the top 50. I think he's definitely got that potential, man. Because when I saw that preseason game, even when he played against the Thunder, when him and Chet went back and was playing, he looked really good. He looked fluid. His motion. He had he could shoot. He could just do everything at 7'5", bro. And that's kind of
crazy. You've never seen that.
I've never seen that before. My 32 years of living, I've watched basketball. On where I could fully understand it, probably like when I was about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So
around the same age.
So to see that is like, damn, bro, I didn't think we was gonna see that. Cause I even remember when
a monster.
I remember when like
he was created in a lab.
Yeah, like I remember when we was geeking, like, oh my God, I can't believe Dirk Nowitzki is 7 foot shooting threes. Like,
yeah.
When we was young, I was like,
he was like the first kind of like the entry.
Yeah, the entry. So when we seen that, then we seen Kevin Durant. Like, man, there's no way in hell a nigga that talk could be fluid. That then you see just the evolution of the game, and
now
to
you see
him,
Chet, Wemby.
This might be like the final form, bro. And it wouldn't surprise me, my nigga, if somebody, because I forgot who I was listening to, but there was like, imagine we get to the point where the both NBA team lineups, point guard 6'5" and up.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna look crazy.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah, that's gonna look crazy.
Definitely for sure. So I'm ready for the season. It starts on the 24th. So definitely gonna be interested to see how that tip off.
So early predictions from you guys. Want to know a couple things. I'm just gonna ask a couple things. Just want to see our early predictions. So player of the year, MVP. Who's your early predictions? We're just going off a whim. Just fuck it.
MVP, Joker or Giannis?
Joker or Giannis?
If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Giannis.
Yeah, who you going with? Who you going with, Drew?
Or Luka. I throw Luka in there.
They like the world loves Luka. So I think it's also kind of one of those things how Mavericks didn't look good preseason at all. Like every game I've seen with them, it's just like it's a lot of dribbling of the basketball.
No ball movement.
Yeah, like at all. Giannis with Dame now. I don't know, bro. Like I can't count out KD. KD look good. That's a tough one, man. Just to throw it out there, I'm gonna say it's gonna be out of Giannis, KD, and Joker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with what Mike said. I'm gonna go Giannis. Yeah. I think Giannis gonna win MVP this year.
Rookie of the year, easy. Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby. They're gonna give it. If it's not him, then it's got to be Chet.
Only thing setting back is injury.
And the crazy thing is, we didn't even talk about Scoot. And Scoot actually looked pretty.
He's good.
Yeah, he looked
but
pretty good.
He ain't Wemby.
Nah, he's not. Like it's just been unfortunate that you fell in the same draft as a generational talent.
Yeah,
like
they both could be generational. Yeah, but he's transcending the game. He's gonna be different. Before we get out of here, how did y'all feel about Dion's 29-0 blown lead?
Bro, I took a nap at halftime. Woke up and it was double overtime. I thought, this is a dream? Because it was like, bro, this shit was
no way.
boring.
It's like
I
no
cut
way.
the game off at halftime. I was like,
they got this in the bag. Yeah.
I was like, fuck. And Stanford was 1-4. I'm like, man. Then I look at the highlights. I'm like, bro, they know what the fuck.
And Dion saying after the game, I just want guys to love this game the way that I love it, and not what it does for them. And that was very telling.
But
because
at the
it's
same
like,
time, though, Mike,
I feel like they have been kind of caught up in the celebrity side of it.
But at the same time, though, Mike, Dion, you're the one who introduced them to this shit.
True.
You didn't have to do this shit.
Oh, he's definitely accountable for this 29-0 loss
You
now.
didn't have to create this you didn't have to create this celebrities here and there. And you didn't have to create this world now. You could have came in there, head down. Hey, we just going to do this, but that's a part of the. It's a kind of a. It's kind of a gray area where you need that type of stuff to recruit kids nowadays.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't let that. That's kind of the downside of the NIL. It's kind of the downside of the NIL, bro. And it's
now that they getting money, they ain't really okay.
You
You don't think they had the same hunger to get into the NFL with the NIL now or winning?
I don't think so, bro. Because these kids make so much money in college, bro.
You think it's gonna be like that in college basketball too?
I think so too, in a sense. But see, the thing with basketball is, I want to talk about this now we're speaking on as far as college basketball and things like that. When it comes to the world game, right? The world game, which has the advantage over the kids in the U.S., is that those kids over there play professional early. They get in. They might play for their club until maybe a certain age, like maybe 14. Once they hit like 15, 16, they're going to the pro. They're getting professional training. They learn how it is to be a pro. In the United States, the G League is the G League Ignite. They have a team that's kind of like that. You have certain things like Overtime Elite, which I don't think that's kind of, I guess I don't know too much about Overtime Elite, but I knew they do have like a lot of the top players in the country that play there instead of like finishing out high school, or maybe they might play Overtime Elite and then go to college, or some play Overtime Elite and skip college, and then that's their 1 year removed. So what I'm trying to say is these kids overseas have more of the pro training, and they get it earlier. Us in America, we kind of have that with the G League Ignite and certain things, but it's not to that extent. With college now being in the play, these kids really aren't going to think about, okay, let me try to get myself ahead as far as going to maybe playing pro early, playing for the G League early, like let Scoot Henderson do for 2 years. Instead, they're going to go get that $10 million bag thrown at them by Duke, and they're going to play that 1 year. And not gonna give a fuck because they're getting paid. They're gonna put up their numbers, and then they're going to the NBA. How does that really help the development of a kid? And then we're getting our ass kicked in the World Cup.
So, in combination with Dion, do you feel like that affects his development and recruitment?
I think that kind of a kid nowadays gotta personally want that shit. Because back then, you could have had somebody who maybe not has been as strong and as passionate, but depending on their circumstance, they're like, I gotta do this shit, bro. We fucked up right now. My family, you know what I'm saying? My situation, I want to help my mom to succeed. Whether I'm fully invested in this shit or not, I know for a fact that if I gotta play hard in order to get myself to a position where I can get to the league and get paid. Now when you getting paid in college, it's like, shit, nigga, mama taken care of already.
And I think I think that kind of alleviates the stress of taking care of mom, but also makes them somewhat lazy in a sense. Yeah. And that's all I took away from that game. They got lax, they got lazy, they thought it was in the bag, but this can be either an eye opener for them, or it could be a slope down the hill. Yeah, one of the two, because that was inexcusable. Inexcusable. I mean, Travis Hunter, salute to him, he's a great player. He was getting worked. Second half. Cooked. And they gave up 13 catches for 294 yards to one guy. That is madness. And Travis Hunter received a lot of that. So it's like, bro, you got to kind of come back to earth. We get it. You be having the celebs on the side. Cedric the Entertainer, Anthony Anderson was at the sidelines of the game. But it's like, there's still work that these teams don't give a fuck about that. They don't care what their record is.
That's their motivation, because every time they see you on a schedule, we're going to play Dion. It's going to be a lot of press. There's going to be a lot of publicity. It's going to be
a lot of this
celebrity.
Too.
Yeah, a lot of.
So then after the game, when they was doing this, it's like the safer players doing, I mean, but they warranted to do that. They was on 29-0. Drew, you was about to say something?
Yeah, I mean, that shit got ugly. I mean, that's just what it is. Old-fashioned ass whooping again. You know what I'm saying? But that's
tale of two halves.
Yeah, bro. But also, again, it just shows you, man, what's to come. I mean, it's just year one.
They'll get better. Yeah.
It's going to get better.
Yeah, it's
so,
just.
I'm not gonna give it too much, because I know that defense been fluky. I've been saying this shit all year. They're just there's two niggas on that defense that can really handle this shit, and that's Deion Son and Travis Hunter. Yeah, he got cooked, but it's his first day. It's his first game back. He probably didn't practice hard this week at all. Now it's time to get back in the lab.
Get back in the lab.
Get off the fucking TikTok. Yeah. Get off the YouTube. get back in the bag, man. You know, that's just what that's what it is.
Yeah, get your NIL money, do your thing, but there's still work that needs to be done. If you want to be in this for a long time, this ain't no one and done thing. So,
and especially doing 2-way, bro. Like,
definitely,
definitely. Come on, dog.
For sure. So, that's pretty much.
With Shador though, when it comes to bruh, I don't understand why he don't scramble a lot.
It looked like he was scrambling more this last game. Yeah. I think it's just more of a, he wanted. That's his game. He always been like a natural pocket passer, but he's gonna run when he needs to, not when he wants to.
But I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I know you train under Brady and all that shit, but my nigga, you gotta use your feet better and use it more often.
I think it'll come with time.
Cause all that shit he doing, nigga, in the NFL, bro, that's not going.
You're gonna have to have your moments when you're gonna
have to have those moments, but you gonna have to run. It's not even just scrambling, my nigga. You gonna have to scramble with a purpose.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You're not just scrambling to get away. In the NFL, in college, you might be doing that to get away, but in the NFL, my nigga, you scrambling because you trying to get some fucking yards, bro. You got to make some shit happen.
It's a dire situation, facts. But I think all in all, though, they'll be fine. I hope they take this lesson and they really apply it, get in the film room, study tape. And they'll be fine, man. So that's pretty much all I got, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Constantly, always doing their thing. We're in the fourth quarter of the year, officially. Sir. 3 months left in the year before you know it. It'll be January. For me, I feel like we already there. But, I still got to live in the real world. So y'all continue to, do your thing. End the year on a high note, man. If you took some punches, continue to just roll on, man. Don't ever give up. I mean, I took some punches this year, but all in all, man, 2023 has definitely been good to the kid. The second half of the year, for sure, has been good to the kid. It's going to continue to be better. And just continue to, whatever it is that you're striving at, man, continue to run that shit up, man. Shout out to everybody doing their thing in the city. Whatever field that you in, continue to just run it up, do your thing. If you're listening to the show, I appreciate you. As always, from the beginning to now. If you're a first-time listener, if you're a last-time listener, I just appreciate the time that you gave us, man. So that's pretty much all I got, man. Shout out to everybody just doing their thing, man, and holding us down, supporting us, and, continue to tap in with us, man.
No, for sure, man. Big up everybody. Big up. Keep making the moves, man. Keep making them strides. Let's end this year on a strong note, do the things that you really want to do. That's my only takeaway, man. But big up everyone.
Yeah, man.
Or stop making secret songs, nigga.
Yeah, stop making secret songs. So, man, if you hear anything to show that gets you in your feelings, you feeling some type of way, always remember, we're just the messengers.
We out.